KSI returns for X Series 007 live on the DAZN pay-per-view. 2 unbroken records ready to be shattered.
I want to have a scrap with the guy.
2 unbreakable mindsets set to collide in the ring.
Knock him out clean.
Fists will fly like sharks. Will break. X Series 007. They have a license to thrill, but only one will be broken. May 13th, live only on the DAZN pay-per-view. Sign up at DAZN.com. KSI returns for X Series 007 live on the DAZN pay-per-view. 2 unbroken records ready to be shattered.
I want to have a scrap with the guy.
Two unbreakable mindsets set to collide in the ring.
Knock him out clean.
Fists will fly like sharks. Will break. X Series 007. They have a license to thrill, but only one will be broken. May 13th, live only on the DAZN pay-per-view. Sign up at DAZN.com.
Welcome to Misfits Boxing 007 Fight Week live on DAZN pay-per-view. This Saturday, KSI and Joe Fournier throw down in the biggest, the toughest crossed-over boxing test this year. It's a stacked card. KSI, Joe Fournier tops it. Deji versus Swarmz is on there. Papi, Anthony Taylor. This card is going down. It's live on DAZN pay-per-view. It's at the OVO Arena in Wembley this Saturday. Today is the media workout. Camden Boxing Club in London. The man to my right knows all about the big occasions. The tag team boxer supreme. The man who took on the mystery opponent, B. Dave, of course.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to London, B. Dave.
Hey, it's good to be here, man. The weather's cold and the food sucks.
Welcome to London. That's what happens. What a fight week we have here. Just talk to me a little bit.
Some awesome card, man. The girls that are fighting on these cards are like real high-level girl influencer boxers as well. And I'm really excited for the main event, JJ versus Joe Fournier, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as hard of a fight for JJ as people are thinking.
Talk to me about that main event. When you say it's not going to be a tough fight as many are predicting, this is a WBA International Light Heavyweight Champion previously.
Bro, JJ's got it right now. JJ's got it. He's on fire. He's on fire.
Talk to me a little bit about Fight Week. You have been a fighter on the big occasion, on the big stage. When we're at a media workout such as today, when all the cameras are here, things are starting to settle in. This is getting real. No more digital face-offs, no more Zoom calls, no more photograph opportunities. It's setting in now. What goes through your mind?
Well, for me anyways, it's better to be here with the mic in my hand than getting punched in the head in that ring on Saturday. But stuff's starting to get real for everybody, you know, especially the people who haven't fought before. It's their first time in the ring, especially on a big stage like this. Stuff's going to get real for them Saturday night come around, and it should start feeling real about now. Once you start to get in all the press and everything like that, stuff that you've never probably experienced before, it's when it starts to feel like it's happening now.
We've said a few times throughout this fight week that in the crossover boxing scene in particular, narratives sell fights, storylines sell fights. Look at this card. KSI wants to prove himself on the biggest stage. We know that that one's coming. But underneath that, Papi, Anthony Taylor, two of the most avoided fighters on the crossover space. And for me, the one to watch, Deji Swarmz. Two redemption arcs. One of them is going to overlap the other on Saturday night. Talk to me a little bit about the narratives through this card.
You said that Anthony Taylor and Papi are two of the most avoided fighters. I'll tell you one thing right now, I am ducking. I'm not fighting neither of those big boys.
At least you're honest.
But I'm openly ducking. But, nah, dude, Anthony Taylor and Papi, crazy fight. Like, it had to happen at some point, right? Anthony's been asking for it. Papi needs an opponent. It had to happen at some point. So I'm glad they're about to get it done. They're both two, like, we know Anthony Taylor has a lot of grit. They're both two really high-level fighters, so I'm really excited for that one. Very, very excited.
You mentioned a minute ago the female fighters on the card. What Misfits Boxing has done for the female influencer scene is something else, in my opinion. We've seen it with Astrid Ware, Elle, Brooke, Faith Ordway, so many more. The first fight on this card is Lil Belzy versus Lil Kimchi. I mean, what a way to kick the card off. Belzy's in the ring. We're going to see a workout in a moment. Just how excited are you for that fight?
I'm very excited. I had the pleasure of being able to train with Kimchi during her camp and be with her for her basically entire training camp for this fight. So I'm excited for her. She's been doing good in the gym, and she's definitely been putting in the work. So it should be fun. We're
going to see if that work pays off on Saturday night. It's the first fight to go down in our media workout today, kicked off by Lil Belzy. They're in there now.
Yeah, it's like my...
Dave, we can see Belzy in there. She's looking great. She's looking fit, ready to go. The moving around, though, that is something she's going to have to get used to. Is for the first time, she's not doing it inside a private gym. She's doing it with, I don't know, what, 50 to 100 people, something like that in here today. Every single one of those people has got cameras. Every single one of those has an outlet, be it their own social media or a news outlet, a newspaper, a YouTube channel, etc. She's got to start now by just looking good, just being able to move the feet, to move around, to show head movement. What is it like when you're in that? I mean, even now, look, I mean, if we look at Belzy, she's getting her hands wrapped by the trainer and the gloves are going on, but she's not looking at her hand. She's looking all around the room.
She's buzzing. I know that feeling. I don't know if she's feeling what I think she's feeling right now, but I get a bit stiff when I first start, and when I'm nervous, you know, I get a bit stiff. That might be what's going on with her right now. After a couple minutes, you loosen up, you'll be all right.
The thing that's interesting as well, I talk about all the other people in the room. The one person that isn't there with the camera is Kimchi, who's just at ringside next to her, keeping an eye on her. She's getting a little massage by someone who works on her team, a little loosener maybe. But make no mistake, they're watching each other. Are you able to maybe like pick out? Well, what do they do? Do they drop the left hand a little bit when the right comes over?
Yeah.
Can you get anything like that when you're watching your opponent in a media workout?
You can. I know that's kind of like an advanced level of thinking to be able to watch your opponent like that and put that actually together in the fight. Like, oh, they drop the left hand a little bit, so when you do this, you know, throw that overhand right or whatever. But she's got some good coaches with her, so I'm sure they'll be able to help spot whatever they can.
Do you know what I will say about both fighters? I've seen both Belzy and Kim around the hotel a few times in fight week, and I say this a lot, especially in the crossover boxing space, yourself included in your fight weeks. We see each other around the hotel, and these guys are so calm. It's almost like if you didn't know that they were fighting on Saturday and you had no idea who they were or whatever, you would not be able to guess that this person is going to step into a 20,000 strong arena in front of 1 million people on DAZN PPV. 100,000 Twitter accounts talking about you, and Instagram and YouTube and everything else. They're just so chilled.
They're chill. You got to stay calm during fight week. You know, you're here for a job. You're here to work. So, cracking that right hand too, buddy.
The very first thing that you see when you look at these two fighters is Belzy has a height and reach advantage.
For sure.
It looks like there's power in those hands. I mean, sure, you could say everyone looks good on the pads, but there's definite power, and there's a smile on the face as well. She's enjoying throwing those shots.
She's cracking the right hand for sure.
How, as the smaller fighter, and you know Kim, how do you combat that?
When you get down there, you move that head and you rip into the body, you rip them ribs open. That's probably what I'd do.
I've been trying to keep an eye on Kim's eyes, and she's barely looked up once. Is that a conscious effort? I mean, she's looking at her now. Now there's no work going on. Do you think this is a conscious effort? Is she genuinely not bothered?
She just don't care, man. She's just getting ready to. She's getting her hands wrapped, getting ready to go in for herself. So
we are, of course, building up to the main event. KSI and Joe Fournier alongside Deji Swarmz, who are also on the card, as well as Anthony Taylor, Salt Papi. Let's talk about this Deji Swarmz fight for a moment. These are two real guys who have, they've had troubles earlier in their career in terms of not getting the wins that they wanted. Swarmz in particular took that KSI fight at very, very, very late notice.
How exciting is that fight, man? I mean, dude, look at the shape of Swarmz now. I was looking at him. He walked in yesterday, and we said hey to each other and chatted for a sec. He was wearing like a really tight muscle shirt, and I said, well, if I looked like him now, I'd probably be wearing a muscle shirt too. You know, I bet he's wearing that thing every day. Damn.
There's no mistake there either. I do believe, and I said this to him yesterday, he's sending a little message out. He's letting Deji know, he's letting everyone know, because make no mistake, we work the social media channels for Misfits Boxing. We see, or certainly I see, that back then, after that first fight, a lot of people were throwing a lot of shade against Swarmz, and he's come back and he's not just made it right, he's made it right and then some. Do you know, he's put that extra work in. That's his message. He's putting this message out there now saying, look, I'm not that guy. I'm not this fall over, turnover, ballerina dancer. I'm a proper guy. He's here to cause Deji some problems.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how he fights, because obviously that Ryan Taylor fight didn't last too long. We didn't really get to see much of him there. I actually really need to go back and watch that fight, because I didn't even see it, because it was right before mine, I think, or right after mine or something.
There's not much to watch.
Yeah, but I'm really excited to see Swarmz in full effect. I've heard from people around the scene that also train with him or watch him train that he's really stepped up to the plate, and that training has made him a lot better as a boxer. So we'll see how he's. Deji's seasoned, man. Deji's been fighting for 5-6 years now. He's got 5-6 fights under his belt.
Exactly.
So it's like experience versus Swarmz is really hard work for the last 6 months.
Swarmz is going to come out, I think, if the Ryan Taylor fight is, if there is anything to learn from, if you look at the way his body movement is when that first bell goes, it's very fast twitch. There's head movement, there's hand movement. Maybe that's nerves, maybe that's adrenaline, but at the same time, it's something for Deji or any opponent of Swarmz to sort of download. You have to think, right, how am I going to, it's an unorthodox approach to a fight. How am I going to deal with that kind of movement? And Deji, like you say, may just have the experience. I mean, look at who he's been in with. Okay, he's not got the wins. Jake Paul, Floyd Mayweather. Two of the biggest names. Leave talent at the door for a moment. Two of the biggest names in the boxing world right there. That's where the calmness comes in.
Yeah, man, Deji. And he looked real good against Fuzi, obviously. I'm excited to see what he's bringing for... I'm excited to see what he's bringing for Deji, or Swarmz here now.
Belzy is just leaning over the ropes here, and she's saying something at Kim. Obviously, we're behind Belzy. I can't make out what she said, but Kim reacted to that and just said, yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
That's Belzy drinking a beer in her corner.
What's she like to work with, Kim?
Kimchi? She's cool, man. She comes to the gym every day with a good attitude, works hard. She's a pleasure to have around.
Belzy and Kimchi, the first fight of the night on Saturday on DAZN pay-per-view, headlined by KSI Joe Fournier. There is a lot of movement alongside us, as I think some of JJ's team have entered the building. That fight is one to watch, isn't it? I mean, all that's going on. We've got Elle Brook just coming in as well. We'll bring her on any moment. But that KSI fight, topping the bill this Saturday, is definitely what we tune in for. What else we tune in for is Elle Brook.
With my favourite. Haven't seen you in a hot minute.
How have you been, love? Good to see you.
Good. How are you?
Been
Howdy.
well. Healthy?
Howdy.
Howdy.
It's an Americanism.
Yeah.
American nut?
Do they not actually say howdy?
Oh, I say howdy all the time.
Oh, there you go then.
Yep. All right, boys. There we are, back on TV.
Just before we came on air today, B-Dave was giving me a country music breakdown, so I can confirm.
He didn't even know who Morgan Wallen was.
Who?
Disgusting.
Let's bring it back to the action on Saturday. Elle Brook, first of all, how are you doing? Welcome to the show.
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm really excited for this card. It's insane. All it's missing is a tag team. What the hell?
Yeah, maybe next one. Maybe next couple or something. We got to get another tag team going.
I know.
I got to ask, Dave, while we're here, for the benefit of Elle and myself, how does a media workout differ when you're in a tag team? Do you communicate messages? You
just media workout. You just train with your buddy, just like you would at the gym any normal day. You know?
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Elle, let's speak about Saturday night. KSI Joe Fournier, top of the card.
Yeah.
Any insight? How is that fight breaking down?
I think that KSI finishes him in round 4. I have this hunch. What do you think? What did you say?
2.
2. Oh.
Yeah.
You have more faith in KSI than I do. But I still think he's going to do it in 4.
I think it won't be too hard for him. I think he's got it.
Are we not overlooking Joe Fournier? Listen, I need
I'm
to play the
overlooking
other
him.
side
I'm
of the road
overlooking him.
here.
Yeah, I am.
This is a former
overlooking
WBA light heavyweight
Yeah.
international champion. This
Yeah.
is not a guy who's
Yeah.
we've just found in the car park somewhere.
Yeah.
He's going to cause KSI some problems.
We are hard KSI fans.
But especially when even when Jake Paul stepped up the levels, right, and started fighting people that everyone was like, oh, this is gonna be a real test for him, and then knocked him out in a round or 2. It's like, I think that's gonna be what this is. He stepped up the level a lot, but KSI also stepped up his own level a lot.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
KSI is so aggressive.
Yeah.
So aggressive. So
I wouldn't want to be
that's
across
why
from him
think.
anyway.
No.
The
I want
opening-
him on my tag
Unless
team.
it's in my backyard.
The opening card on the night is Belzy and Kimchi. Kim is in the ring now. We've just seen Belzy a moment ago. Belzy bringing power. There is an obvious height difference, something that you've had to overcome in your career.
I hate it.
Talk to me. How do you get around that? If someone is so much taller, maybe more powerful, how do you work around that?
Just be aggressive and hope for the best. I think offense is way better than defense on my book. So as long as you get the win, get the win. Don't look too pretty. Don't care about how your fight looks. Just get the win. If you're going to focus on looking good, you're probably going to lose because you need to punch them more than they punch you. Yeah. So that's the aim. And these girls, like, I don't know if I'm underestimating it, but the guys you fight, you don't really want to get punched by them. But at my level, you're not going to get knocked out. So I can kind of respect that kind of power. So yeah, she's small, but I sparred Kimchi on Monday. Ago, she punches hard. I've actually got a bruised lip. Like I've got makeup on.
Kimchi busted up Elle Brooke.
That's what I heard.
She punched me, and she's a southpaw as well, so that's obviously another difficulty for our opponent.
She is loose in there. She's dancing around. She's just enjoying the moment. Is that important that you just don't let the occasion get to you?
Yeah, because a public workout, I don't know if you feel the same, but you get gassed quick.
It's because of the nerves, that's why.
Yeah, I know. You start doing the pads and you're like, oh man, I'm unfit.
Yeah.
I've had boxers over the years talk to me about they feel more pressure when we're in the gym just because there's a camera there.
Yeah.
They ask, maybe the camera gets turned off for a couple of rounds on the bag.
Yeah.
Out there in this media workout, even though it's only sort of 10 minutes or so that they're in the ring each, there's 100 cameras in there? Is that what adds that sort of anxiety almost?
100%. And what I hate is shadow boxing at a public workout because you're on your own. Whereas with a coach, you have someone to forget about it. You have someone in front of you telling you what to do.
You're shadow boxing, you're just feeling it out. You just kind of feel a bit awkward, like, oh, I'm throwing it weird right now. Like, it just feels weird, you know?
And your form is, you can't hide from it. But if someone's smashing the pads, you can they can think about the power, the speed, and everything like that.
A little moment of solace, it seems.
I love a ritual, like a pre-ritual thing. She looks focused.
She is very much in the zone there. Again, maybe that's just an element of shutting out all the noise that's going on around you, because it's all well and good saying you have to sell the fight and you have to, but at the same time you still have a job to do. Physically, you've got to get yourself ready for that moment on Saturday night that you will know as well as yourself, Dave L. That comes and goes in a moment. You do weeks and weeks and weeks of build-up, training, sparring, everything that goes with it, and in your mind, once the last bell goes, it's done, and you think, where did it go?
100%. And I think that your opponents are going to be looking at you if you're new and thinking, can they handle the pressure or not? Because if you're nervous in a public workout, you bet on the fight on Saturday, you're not going to be feeling 100% either. So it's a good way to suss out your opponent.
We're going to get both fighters up here any moment. They're both going to enter as soon as Kim comes on. Just very quickly before we do, Elle, what's it like? I've had you in that moment where you are face-to-face with your opponent after the workout. You both just had a quick little look at each other.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you're in that moment?
I know, I think it's always kind of like awkward because you don't know your opponent, you don't know them personally, you kind of get put together, you're like different realms of the world. And I guess from these two, one's Australian, the other's American, so they probably have no idea about each other. So when you meet them for the first time, it's a bit like, oh, you're going to punch me on Saturday night. Like, it's such a weird sensation.
We actually have Belzy here with us now. Kim is going to come and join us any minute, Belzy, but before she does, how did you feel in there with all the cameras, all the noise, everything's happening now, it's fight week, how did you feel in there?
You know what, I was a little bit nervous at the start, but then after the nerves kicked in, like, it was fine. I felt comfortable, I felt good. You know, I've been training so hard for this, coming all the way from Australia here. I know I'm probably the underdog right now, but I'm good, I'm fit, I'm confident. Yeah,
when did you land?
Saturday.
Has there been any jet lag issues?
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's okay. I've got that all under control now.
You get in there.
You look in incredible shape.
Oh, thank you.
Like, just looking at you now, like your physique looks top tier. I must say that.
I mean, you know, I've been training twice a day for 6 weeks now. So just putting in the hard yards. You know, sometimes your brain it's amazing what your brain does. You know, there's times where it's like, shit, I don't want to get up, I don't want to go to the gym, but you just got to push yourself. So, and I think you know, it's going to show. So.
Have you been able to keep an eye on Kim? I mean, she's still in there now, but are you notably keeping an eye on her? Are you just looking out for maybe a little flaw?
Look, to be honest with you, I watched her a little bit on social media, but at the end of the day, you know, I don't want to put my time and energy into her. I'm here for one job, and that's one job only. And
one thing that we were speaking with Elle a moment ago, you clearly have a height and reach advantage.
100%.
I think I know what the answer is going to be, but I'm going to ask a question anyway. Is that something you're looking to utilise on Saturday?
100%, yeah, definitely. My jab is good, so it doesn't matter. She can come out like a raging bull. She's short. She can come for my body, but I got to utilise that jab. That jab's so important, you know. And when in doubt, use the jab, right?
Yeah. With your last opponent, was she smaller as well? Because you've already had a fight, right?
Yeah, so I had a fight back home in Melbourne. And yeah, she was a little bit not as short as this opponent that I have now, but she was short. But, you know, I used my height and my reach to my advantage.
So you've already had that advantage then, because you've already had a fight, so you're against a shorter person, that you know what it's going to be like.
Exactly.
But you already won that one.
You know it, girl.
with that one fight, does it mentally give you a little bit as well that you've done the ring walk, you've done sitting in the dressing room when, you know, you're sort of locked in now and your hands are over the chair getting wrapped, and you know, the very, very final preparations are going. The coach is trying to say what little words he can do in your ear. He doesn't want to overcook it, but at the same time wants to bring your mindset back to the gym. Does that give you an edge that you've had that moment and Kim hasn't?
Yeah, and I think it's a pretty important moment to have, you know, especially, you know, my first fight I was pretty nervous, but I just went in there and did what I had to do. But now knowing, hey, look, it's a lot bigger crowd here now.
Yeah.
You know? Insane though, but I just have to focus. You know, I've got a really good team behind me. My coach, you know, he's 63 years of age. He's an old school coach. Absolutely amazing, you know. So I'll be there listening to every word that he's got to say. So noise isn't going to be a problem.
Yeah.
What did you say over the ropes to her? We saw something was said.
I didn't see that.
I just told her. I just said she knows what's up.
Oh,
yeah, she knows what's up.
Confident. I love
Very.
it. I love it. This is confidence.
She just seemed to laugh. I don't know. From where we were standing, it looked like maybe she laughed back or something.
Yeah, she has a little laugh. It's fun, but she won't be laughing in the ring. I can tell you that much. She can have all her entourage. She can have anyone she wants, but I can tell you now, it's just me and her in that ring. So ring on Saturday.
What kind of fight goes down on Saturday?
Pardon?
What kind of fight goes down on Saturday?
We just have to wait and see.
Not giving anything away.
I like it. With your last fight, how many people were watching compared to this one?
Yeah, I think it was about 5,000.
Oh, so still a big crowd.
Big crowd, but not obviously as big. Yeah, so, and you know, it was kind of my hometown, so I had family, friends, everyone here.
But there's less pressure,
right? 100%.
Because you don't have, you know, your whole town.
Yeah, but you know, I feel like I'm representing Australia right now.
Yeah, of course.
But you know, it's good. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be obviously fly over here and showcase the skills that I have.
Elle, I think it says something about the state of Misfits as where we are, a truly global card. We've got America versus Australia in London on a fight with KSI, Joe Fournier, Deji. I mean, what an occasion.
I mean, Misfits is massive, like you can't compete with it. I mean, it's on DAZN, and you know, KSI always sells so many PPVs, he sells out stadiums, like the crowd is amazing. I remember you're first on in, apart from the prelims, but you're relatively low on the card, aren't you? You're out first.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, there's going to be less people there, less pressure. When I walked out, that stadium was packed. Like 12,000 people was absolutely rammed. And I was on at like 7:30. So you can't compete with that. And the level of the audience, they're always so gassed, you know. You do like a 1-2, they're like, yeah! So it's
100%.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Your last fight on Misfits against Faith was an all-out war. It was brief, but it was great to watch. Do you see a similar kind of fight on Saturday?
I think you're both very, very competitive, and looking from like the outset, especially with me and Faith, it looked very even. So anything can happen. You've just got to not let those nerves get to you. And I think that you've had a bit of experience anyway. You've had one fight before, so you already have that edge. So as long as you don't crack within the ring, anything can happen.
And you've sparred her just the other day, So I mean, she should do it right.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. But no, it was good. It was moving around. She asked me. So, you know what? I think it's good to spar influencers though, because if you're used to sparring boxers and that kind of thing, it's definitely a different kind of level.
I didn't have the opportunity to fight women, so my coach put me in with men and boxers. And I tell you now, like, if I didn't put my hand up, I'd pop a left or a right. You know, I had to learn. So I didn't get to fight women. So I know. I mean, that's also good too, because I can tell you now, she's not going to hit me as hard as some of the hits I got in sparring.
And it's good because Kimchi, she boxes, which is good if you're used to fighting boxers. I think sometimes people can be a bit unorthodox, scrappy,
going in,
and that you can't prepare for. But I know that she's going to box, and from the looks of it, you are. So I think this is a great match.
Exactly.
We saw a little interaction between you guys a moment ago. We're going to have another little interaction right here, right now, as she comes in. Kimchi.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Very chirpy, very cheerful.
Yes,
How did you find it in the ring?
Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
How did you find it in there?
I fucking loved it. You know, obviously the nerves were coming. I was like, oh shit, and then I was like, oh, okay, it feels good.
Were you able to see any of Belzy's work?
Yeah, I did. Like I said, it's just gonna be a good fight, man.
There was a little interaction.
Huh?
Where I asked Belzy about the little interaction that you guys had, where she leaned over the ropes and she said, you said you better be ready. It's coming.
No, girl, I'm saying you gotta get ready, though. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. You gotta get ready.
Talk to me about this fight, Kim.
Listen, I'm telling you right now. This shit no joke. I got a little demon coming out when that ring goes. I'll tell you right now.
B. Dave was up here before telling us about your training. He said you're not leaving any stone unturned.
Fuck no.
Listen, there is a clear reach and height advantage here.
What was that?
There's a clear reach and height advantage. If you put your arms out next to each other, one is longer than the other. But is it a speed game?
For sure, for me, absolutely. For me, it's gonna be speed all day. I'm fast.
You gotta bounce on your feet, little girl.
What was that?
You're so flat-footed.
Oh shit, girl! Oh no, I saw your feet. I saw your feet, yo, not moving. Oh no, girl. I don't know. I don't want to hear it. I've been training for 2 months. Oh, you're
That's all it is.
No. This girl want to talk, yo. This girl want to talk. Oh no, girl. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now, girl. You're about to get fucked up.
Can you stand
Who
up?
do you think's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win? Oh, not me. Oh! I don't know about that, bruh. I don't know about that stuff. Yeah. Okay, we'll see.
One way or the other.
Let's go. I don't give a fuck.
We find out what a card we've got coming live on DAZN pay-per-view. KSI versus Joe Fournier. Deji Swarmz is up there. Papi Anthony Taylor is up there. But what a way to kick the card off. It almost started in front of us now. Girls, thank you very much. We look forward to the shenanigans through this fight week. Belzy, apologies. Well, I was looking at Elle. It's okay, it's fine. Elle, I'm going to bring you back in. Kim, if I could steal your mic for a moment. Yeah. Listen, that was a bit intense.
Bit intense? Oh my God, I thought something was going to happen in front of us. My mouth was like this the whole time. I was like, when security came over, I was like, good, I can split these girls up.
Girl.
Oh no! Oh! Yeah, that's my God, Yeah! Oh, I talk to the throat, bitch! I take dick! Bitch! I love this game!
You fucking!
Okay. We still have Belzy here.
This fight is gonna be sick.
It was bubbling and bubbling and bubbling, and then finally it went.
Oh my God! I was like, oh my God! I thought you were having it out right here.
This is what happens, Al.
This is Wednesday. You've got all week seeing each other.
You know it. It was about to happen, right? I guess, rivalry. She's here, it's her first fight. She wants to put on a show, but at the end of the day, your ego, it's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah, you're here to win. Everyone's here to win.
We're all here to win, right? But it's just going to show off in the ring. And her being so lippy the way that she is, we're not going to have a bar of it.
All week, all build up. Boxers want to stay friendly. They want to seem like, I respect my. But the closer you get to fight week, I said before today, I've spoken with Belzy in the hotel this week. I spoke to Kim in the hotel this week. It's been friendly. It's been calm. We get here, they come face to face, and all of a sudden, security step in.
100%. I think, everyone's here to win, and things get high, and I think everyone's trying to rub off on each other. They want to get in your head. They want to make you feared. They want to, put you off, and that's exactly probably what's happening.
It's not going to happen, though. I'm here. I'm focused and mentally good. She's had so many things happen in her life. She keeps failing and failing, and I'm going to make sure she fails again. So it's all good.
That's strong words. They're strong words. Listen, what a fight. We can't wait to see it on Saturday night. I'm going to let you go. There are 100 cameras waiting to speak to you. And I'm a little nervous in case it goes off again. I'm going to be honest.
Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Listen.
Your face was still. I was like this.
The face was still inside. It was the alert panic stations.
You were like, am I the security here? Am I going to have to split these girls up?
Well, I'm standing there and I'm thinking, I see the security step in, and that's when the temperature goes up a little bit. When you look at all the feet around you and everyone just does this and just steps forward that little bit. But I know. That's the first fight. That kicks things off on Saturday night. The next fight we see going on behind us right now is Virus against DK Money. We call him Victor. His real name's Victor, but Virus is going in, and he wants to make a statement.
100%.
DK Money.
I know.
Redemption.
I know. And DK Money, I've not really spoken to him, but DK Money, I've spoken to him around the hotel. He seems so lively, and it's mad to think how these people can be so vicious in the ring, because they're so nice out of the ring. And it's like, dude, you guys are such killers. Like, you put on such a front, like, they're the loveliest people ever. So, no, this is an interesting one.
We are going to bring in the boss.
Yes.
Kalle Sauerland. I don't know if he saw what happened a moment ago.
What's happening?
I don't know if you saw what happened a moment ago.
I just heard some shouting.
Shouting?
Which is quite normal at a Misfits press workout. What happened? Tell me. Fill me in.
Fight number 1 on the card, and it went off straight away. The girls couldn't do a digital face-off. This was the first time that they were getting to speak to each other. And, insults go back and forth, threats go back and forth, and all of a sudden one hand goes out. But listen, this is a Misfits
card. Who was
at
fault, El? Who was at fault?
Who was at fault? I think Belzy antagonised her in the ring, and then I think when Kimchi came in, she had a point to prove.
Okay.
50-50.
50-50. So it was sort of all fair and square.
Yeah.
So who have I got to look out when they face off? Who have I got to look out like?
You need a security on both sides.
Both sides.
You need security on both sides. They are both hot-headed.
Okay.
Extremely.
You're not making me feel very comfortable at the beginning of fight week.
You're quite a big fella.
I'm just working out which one I've got to look for. Well, but okay. I've split up bigger ones before.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. You need the security. You just, and they
just
like
bring you.
pull
I'll
off.
just bring you.
Me?
Yeah, I'll bring you.
I'm like,
El is still the first boxer in 23 years, and I'm so proud to say this, to bring me a pint on stage, live on the zone. I've never had a pint delivered to me on stage.
Yeah, I am a wench.
That will go in my book one day. Fantastic
I've made
moment.
it, Mum, I've made it.
Fantastic moment.
Kalle, let's talk main event for a moment. The biggest test this year in crossover boxing. Former WBA light heavyweight international champion Joe Fournier up against KSI, who wants to show he is that guy.
Well, I'm trying to hype the show. I don't believe it's the biggest test this year. We've seen one very big test go very, very wrong.
Yeah.
So this is the same. Arguably, and there'll be people who say, Kelly, you're talking shit.
There's some controversy coming.
But no, it's not controversy, it's just fact, is that he held a WBA international title, which is a respected international title. Josh Buatsi, a very, very good boxer, a current boxer, has held that belt recently, or even holds it now. And so you can make arguments that actually Joe Fournier's summary is better. Has Joe Fournier or Tommy Fury fought like 23-0 guys on their way up in their first 10 pro fights. No, they haven't. But at the same time, nor any pro. Very rare. That's still Lomachenko maybe, but you don't see pros, you know, coming out and their first 10 fights like fighting Muhammad Ali. So all the bullshit. Oh, they got padded records. That. Well, what? Padded records? Man, I'm 23 years in the pro game. I'm telling you now, those are very normal records for a 10-0 fighter. So it's obviously very similar. It's identical situations to what Jake was in with Tommy. We saw how that ended. We're not going to comment further on that. And now we're going to see what JJ is going to do with Joe Fournier. Very, very similar situations.
Is it a mistake maybe for any boxer, not just Joe Fournier against KSI, but for any boxer at any level to say, do you know what? I can take a couple of shots. I'm going to let him land a couple of shots in order for me to get mine off. If it's not a mistake, at very least, it's a very risky strategy.
Who said that?
Joe Fournier.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to go into too much in pro boxing. We saw a big example recently in Joe Joyce. If your game plan in your career is I'm going to eat some punches to give some punches, that's not a sustainable business, right? That is not the way boxing works. Protect yourself at all times. Yes, of course, you want to see action, but action doesn't mean I've got to eat up loads of shots. There's a difference to saying I'm a counter puncher. I work off a counter, you throw, I move, I punch. Right, that's very different to saying punch me in the mouth and I'm going to give you one back. That's what you might try on the street, but that doesn't really work in a boxing ring.
Yeah, and KSI hits hard. Can you?
He's got one punch power. He's got one punch power. We saw it.
Do you want to be hit by KSI?
We saw it against Temper.
Exactly.
He's got that one punch power. You know, it doesn't take a genius to work out. If you look at men's health covers, that is, you know, he's
got
genetically blessed. Yeah, I have to work for it. He gets it for free. You know, I'm still dreaming of a men's health cover. We all are. But he's genetically built that way. So he's an athlete. He's an athlete. And I'll be fair, Logan Paul especially, Jake Paul to a certain degree are also genetically blessed as athletes who are wrestlers. So, you know, they've gone through lots of different sports. But JJ has, for me, the edge with the explosion. He's got this sort of explosiveness. I'm guessing, but he'd be a fantastic sprinter.
You mentioned a term there, as we look through the card, you mentioned the term counterpuncher. One of the main fights on this card, Salt Papi, is going to test himself for the toughest time in his career against Anthony Taylor. It's very much a brawler versus that term you just said, a counterpuncher. These are two of the most avoided fighters in the space. You know that as well as anybody. Yeah. Just have a little look at that fight for me.
Now, it's an interesting one because I can actually come in with some boxing knowledge of the two and give you an educated opinion on it. I think Salt Papi's biggest weakness is going to be going down the stretch. And I'm not talking going down the stretch 12 rounds, I'm talking going down the stretch 6 rounds even. Yeah, so he steps up to, let's say, so this is a 3-rounder. Now, Anthony Taylor, though, in the Virgo fight, was gassing. Now, Virgo landed a lot of good body shots, so there was work that he did on the body. There was a reason why he was gassing. I'm not saying that he gasses after 3-4 rounds, but for me, the fact it's 3 rounds, everyone's saying, oh, that's Papi's advantage, that's Papi's advantage. I'm not so sure, because actually I think Taylor is going to be quite happy using up the energy, knowing, oh, I've only got to go 3 rounds, so do you know what? I'm going to go absolutely full gas. So I think we're going to see a fight that's not going to take long. A 3-rounder never takes long to catch fire. It's either to catch fire, it's not. I expected to catch fire, and I expected to catch fire within 10-20 seconds. You're going to see those punches land.
Yeah, that's my fight of the night, I think. For me,
strategically, it's a really interesting strategic fight because it's 3 rounds. It's no time whatsoever. It's 3 threes. So, you know, we both know that they're good punchers. Salt Papi's a phenomenal puncher, to be fair to him. You know, there's talk like he's had 150 amateur fights in the Philippines, not registered and stuff like that. We've had pros come on. Sonny Edwards came on and said, yeah, he's a ringer. Yeah. Okay. 3 rounds is a bit different though. It's going to be interesting to see how he can't just wait for that counter punch. So he's going to have to be active, or else he loses the first round. He's got to win the next 2. So he's in big trouble. That first round is already quite a decisive round. So it's going to be very, very interesting from the get-go.
Well, the fights that are on in the ring at the moment is Virus, who has just stepped out of the ring, and DK Money, who has just stepped in. Talking of just stepping in, we've got another Misfits legend stepping up to the table.
A Misfits great. We got Dean the Great.
Yo.
I've got to ask you,
what camera I'm looking at?
dig?
Oh shit, they got all these nice looking cameras.
Do you dig? We've got the man who digs.
You dig
often.
what I'm saying?
What
we talking about?
A great announcement for Dean the Great. I did quite well there. And Michael Buffer is in town, but I'm here as a replacement.
Dean the Great, welcome to Fight Week, welcome to London. We caught up briefly in the hotel, but now it's real. Now the cameras are on, the lights are on. Listen, when you're in there and all the cameras are on you, how do you feel? How do you compute everything that's going on around you and try and stay focused?
I mean, shit, I don't let people outside of what I'm doing affect me or distract me, you dig what I'm saying? I'm always focused and locked in and lasered in, you dig? And I'm an entertainer at the end of the day, you dig what I'm saying? So I'm going to give people what they want to hear. Man, we're not giving what they want to hear because they always hating. I don't care. But that's what we want, you dig what I'm saying? But we're just locked in, bro. I mean, I see a lot of people, it looks like they're pretty locked in. It looks like a pretty organized. It looks pretty organized to me. As long as people just don't, because a lot of people, they get stage fright, and when they get under them lights, they like freeze up. So we gonna see.
You did your first public workout in this gym. You remember it?
Oh, I did. This was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is 001.
Backflip.
We're going back 001.
That's why I landed
all those years ago, 7 months ago.
Bit of nostalgia.
We moved fast.
As we go through Nostalgia Avenue, DK Money, of course, fought on your card in Texas. That night didn't go to plan for him by King Kenny, of course. Now, I spoke to him about it yesterday, and he said just that. I froze a little bit under the lights. I wasn't used to it. All of a sudden, he's landing shots. I've got to, and before you know it, game over. This time, he says, that's not going to happen. You've had to dig deep in fights.
Yeah.
Can DK Money do that?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he got dropped and just stayed on the ground like he was asleep. The punch looked like it was pretty solid, but he could have got back up. Just like Josh Buckner, when he got dropped, he could have got back up. But he did when you get dropped, it takes a lot out of people. But when you get dropped, it really tells you if you're a true fighter or not.
See, quite often people will talk about the chin test. If it's your chin it's actually not about chin when you're on the floor. It's the heart. Yeah. Can you get back up?
The chin's gone at that stage.
I done took some goddamn punches and I done got back up and I done took them. You dig, like a man as you should. You dig what I'm saying? So we gonna see when a lot of these fighters get clipped, because we haven't seen Salt get hit yet. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of people have been scared, and so we gonna see the real test with Anthony. So
I've also got to say, you get hit on the chin, and the best heart in the world ain't going to help you because you are out cold. So I don't know what heart you're talking about, but you see some of Lennox Lewis, massive heart, got chinned by Rahman all those years ago. No one expected it. Bum, bum, boom. I tell you, so many great boxers with massive hearts, but there is that one shot. There ain't nothing, no heart.
Shall we say it's the combination of the chin and the heart?
Body shots. Also,
oh, those worse. I'd rather take a headshot.
Garcia took a lot of flack for that. The worst shot to be hit with is a body shot.
Yeah.
Come on, they put you to sleep. The body shot, you're living through a knockout.
Especially when you're throwing a punch and you get hit. That's the worst. That's the worst. That's how we'll lead, but he got in the chin. So
that's why I retired early.
Listen, Dean, you mentioned that name. I got to bring it up. We're going to cut to the fighters in just a moment.
Yeah.
But listen, you're going to be asked a lot about that. Where are we with Dean and Waleed at the moment?
Looks like it's in the works, you dig what I'm saying? We're going to see where it's going to be at specifically. Don't matter where it's at. Regardless, it's going to be a big fight, you dig what I'm saying? And it's going to sell out, and I'm going to whoop that ass again and sleep him again. It's going to be the same result, different night. You dig what I'm saying? He fought me and beat me. Well, not what the hell. I'm jet lagged. My head's tweaking. I fought him on my worst night, and I still slept him. You dig what I'm saying? So now I got a different camp, new coaches, better team, you dig? So it's going to be a way different result.
Well, Dean,
it'll get done this year.
Don't go too far. We'll keep bringing you back in, but at the moment, thank you. Don't go too far either. We'll keep bringing you all back. I want to bring in one of the most spoken about men. Elbrook, thank you.
My man.
I want to bring in Soul Pat. Look at this.
Yes, sir.
The man of the moment is here. The man who everyone is saying if he wins this fight, is KSI in the Philippines next.
Come on, man.
There's going to be so much attention on your
next, man.
fight.
I don't care.
Next. How you feeling?
I feel very good. I trained so hard for this fight. I don't think this guy can beat me, man. Like, I have so much reach, height advantage. He cannot hit what he cannot reach. Come on.
I have to my left and right here. I have Misfits royalty. How do you guys respect one another, Dean? When you look at Salt going into a test like Anthony Taylor this Saturday, what do you think of this man?
First off, people at home, get your popcorn, your Skittles, whatever it is you eat at the crib, get ready for Saturday night, because this, in my opinion, going to be fighter tonight. You dig what I'm saying? Also, let's give credits to Salt. Y'all saying about all this whole 3-round shit, don't matter. Regardless, he accepted the fight. He could have fought another YouTuber. He could have fought another...
Exactly.
Damn, don't matter who he would have fought, but he took a fight with somebody that has a lot of experience, 8 fights, 8 pay-per-views in the last, year? So you got to give him credit. You got to give credit when it's due, man.
Salt, in a few minutes, you're going to be in that ring, just doing your thing. This time, however, you're not in the privacy of your own gym. You don't have the benefit of a closed door. You have 100 cameras here. Everyone's looking at you. They want to analyze everything. You looked calm as you like when you were wrapping your hands a moment ago. Can you maintain that mindset when you get in the ring and just flow? Are you able to do that, or are you conscious that there's 100 cameras on you?
I mean, I like to perform. I used to perform back when I was younger. I was a dancer. Like this, nothing, man. And I just gotta go there, have fun, do what I do best. Don't care about what Anthony Taylor do. I'm gonna focus on what I do, and I'm gonna put on the show Saturday night, May 13th. Let's get it.
We saw it with the girls a few moments ago. Belzy, Kimchi, they've both been real calm, real friendly all week. Then they came face to face with one another with all the cameras, all the lights, and it spilled over quickly. That energy changes in a fight week. You've gone up a little bit, and then you've calmed down again. Yesterday in our interview, you were saying, "I'm going to do him in less time than a TikTok video. I'm going to knock him out cold." Right now, you enjoyed that. You enjoyed that.
That's funny.
Where are we on the scale right now?
Right now, I just had too much Skittles, so I might be going crazy in the ring later on, but we just never know. I'm just hyped right now, but I'm relaxed, I'm calm, I'm just having fun really. I don't really care what I'm just having fun, man. Come on.
Will you be watching Anthony Taylor's workout and trying to learn anything?
I don't care what he does, man. All he's gonna do to get to me is gonna be swinging.
I love the confidence.
And when he swings, he's gonna get surprised.
Gotta always love the confidence, man. Confidence is everything, bro. And especially when you fought in front of 22,000 people, ain't nothing can phase you.
Dean, what does confidence do to a fighter? You are that guy. Yeah, you are exactly the same. Great energy. Then fight night comes, and you get locked in. Where does the confidence play a part in that?
Big part, actually. So confidence about 70%. If you don't believe in yourself, shit, what you fighting for? What you getting in the ring for? You dig what I'm saying? So it's just in my opinion, confidence is what makes a fighter. Could make or break a fighter. You dig what I'm saying? Obviously, you don't want to be overconfident, but you got to be confident. You got to have some type of confidence. Look at Floyd. Floyd thought he could beat everybody. What he did, beat everybody. You dig what I'm saying? He think he could beat everybody. What he did, beating everybody right now. You dig what I'm saying? So confidence is everything. But the great thing I love about this fight, he got confidence. And Anthony got confidence.
So does the other guy.
So it's a battle of the confidence, and it's going to really be, the confidence ain't really going to matter because it's going to be a battle of the skill and battle of the brain in the ring, you dig?
What does Salt Papi have to look out for in Anthony Taylor's arsenal?
It really speaks for itself.
The motherfucker don't got reach on me. Come on.
Anthony's my boy, but Anthony do got T-Rex arms, but Anthony does pack a punch in that right hand. He does pack a punch, and he is a tough motherfucker to break down. You dig what I'm saying? Excuse my language from my woman watching at the crib, my ladies watching at the crib. But yeah, Anthony do got to pack in his punch. But Saul got the skills to pay the bills, so it's gonna be a battle of the goddamn.
Like Anthony Taylor, he knock out nobodies. Come on.
This is a point that has come up, and to be fair to Salt, he's consistent with it.
Yeah.
Anthony Taylor doesn't have that knockdown, knockout, one-punch power.
I've been doing this. Watch me do that.
Oh, shit. Yo, this is a fight to watch, man. Y'all better get your popcorn ready and stay tuned. If you ain't come to the fights, you ain't got no ticket, it's cool, because oh, it's this camera. If you ain't got no ticket, it's cool, because it's sold out already. You dig what I'm saying? Make sure you click that link, buy the pay-per-view, and watch it. Stay tuned, because it's gonna be a time of your life. You dig?
These guys can certainly talk.
Come on, man.
Salt Papi, I'm going to let you go off and do your stretches and warm-ups. We're going to bring you back after your workout, where I hate to say it, there's another little face-to-face with Anthony Taylor coming, and we just don't know. We never know with Anthony Taylor which way that's going to go.
It's the people's main event, man. Come on, let's get it.
Wait, hold on. Before we leave,
here we go.
In my opinion, I think this should have been co-main, but you know, it's already set in stone on what it is, you dig? But I think this should have been co-main because I ain't gonna say much, but if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And this guy knows. So
and I'm sure y'all know too, you dig? We all know, but
so Papi, thank you, sir. Listen, go get stretched off. We're going to see you in there.
Thank you, sir.
In just a moment, Dean. What a few fights here. When you talk about the co-main, and there's certainly a strong case for that fight being co-main.
This should have been co-main, in my opinion.
The fight that is co-main is Deji Swarmz.
Yeah.
What do you know about that fight? What do you think about that fight?
Deji fought Floyd. In my opinion, shit, if I was fighting Floyd, shit, goddamn, if I had the opportunity to fight Floyd, shit, I'm hitting him with a Superman punch, hitting him in his nuts. I'm doing everything I possibly can. I'm not gonna go in there and be like, oh, it's Floyd, oh no. But I mean, obviously he was respecting Floyd because Floyd was respecting him and not whooping his. Oh, he was whooping his ass. He made him a clown. But I think he should have, like, that fight should have been a lot more viral, a lot more talked about. But he just didn't take advantage of the opportunity that was there, in my opinion. I'm sure a lot of people can have the same opinion, but. Yeah, but Deji has, you know, he beat Fuzi, you know, I mean.
Listen, you've got to beat the man in front of you.
Yeah, he beat him though, so respectfully. But Swarmz, you know, he lost weight, but as we all know, six packs don't win fights. So
that's true. Listen, Dean, don't go too far. Yeah. Don't go too far. I'm going to pass your mic over. No problem. We're going to bring you back shortly.
Shit.
There he goes. DK Money and Virus. What's up? Face to face for the first time, I think, although you may have crossed paths in the hotel.
No, I've seen him in the hotel. Yeah. Getting some brekkie, getting some eggs in the morning.
I think that we are in the same plant.
Okay.
The same exact hotel, bro.
Okay. Well, listen.
I give him the good night every night.
Oh, so we're all friends, really?
Huh?
So we're all friends,
bro,
really?
Before the fight, like, respect. First of all, respect for taking the fight.
Thank you so much.
For the opportunity, and yeah, I've never even heard of him. I'm sure he's never heard of me. So.
Virus, let me start with yourself. Welcome to the UK.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling ahead of fight week?
I feel so excited. Maybe a little tired, but I feel confident.
What do you know about DK Money? Have you been able to learn anything about him?
I never heard something about him.
Yeah.
But I saw few fights on YouTube.
Yeah. Did you watch him today? Did you see any of that?
Maybe a little, but if I want to see that on Saturday, not now.
DK, welcome to the UK. This is a truly global card on Misfits this weekend. Well, welcome back to Misfits. We spoke the other day. There's some redemption in there that you want to get this win and show what you're about. What do you know about the opponent?
I've seen, I think, one fight on YouTube. I think it's going to be. I mean, it was different for me in my first Misfit fight because 10-ounce gloves, no headgear. So it's going to be different for him, especially. But for my last one, it was the same thing because I've never experienced because if you make one mistake with those gloves, like you know what I'm saying. Like, I learned that the hard way, bro. Yeah. But you make one mistake, so like I hope it's a good boxing match. You know, a chess match. I hope it's not just a slugfest out there, but I hope we put on a great show.
How do you prepare for stepping out in front of 20,000 people?
Well, for me, I played football, so I played Division I football, so I've played in front of people before. But if you
with the respect, slightly different game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. But I've never like if you've never fought in front of that many people, then you can't prepare for that. There's something you can't train for. So
when you look at your opponent, he's big, he's strong, he's fit. Are you going to have to use some sort of boxing ability to make him swing, make him miss, make him pay?
Yeah,
is that
100%.
some of the strategy, or are you going to try and maybe fight fire with fire?
We'll see, man.
He's not giving us anything away. Before we let you guys move on, I got to ask this question. Do we get a handshake? It seems very respectful.
Yeah.
You're going to be sharing breakfast again this week, I'm sure. But listen, guys, thank you very much. Good health. Don't go too far. We'll bring you back in, I'm sure, through the day. There are so many media outlets waiting to speak to you.
Okay,
thank you.
Cool.
Good health. And guys, we're going to see you move on. It's live on DAZN this Saturday. Live on pay-per-view, OVO Arena in Wembley. Thank you, DK. We are waiting the main events coming into the ring.
Do you have a fair hand?
I do. Watch this.
Yes. Okay.
Magic. Look at that. All three, all at once. Doing the job of three men. Maybe we get 3 pay packets. This Saturday, live on DAZN pay-per-view, it goes down. We are looking at the ring around us as the buzz and the vibes are building here at Camden Boxing Club in London. KSI Joe Fournier is the fight that goes down. Everyone's talking about it. They want to know, is KSI that guy? Is he able to beat someone, not just a professional boxer, but someone of that standard? Someone who's been there, who has the strap around his waist. this is a real test for KSI. But through the fight week, we spoke about it. Narratives sell fights, storylines sell fights. The one just below him, 2 redemption arcs, 2 guys that went in there, stepped in there, gave it their all, and ultimately came up short. Went back, worked on the craft, learned what they had to learn, and then stepped back into the ring and delivered. Now they come face to face. We are, of course, talking about Deji versus Swarmz. What a fight we have going on there. I've got my man who's coming back joining me. I was flailing. I was on the raft. I was saying, Dave,
Mushes.
I need you back, and here he is.
Yep.
Listen,
Big Mush himself.
Listen, the anticipation continues to grow. The cameras are here. We're now seeing, listen, this fight is a beef that's going off here. Tennessee
I don't know
Thresh,
anything about this fight.
let me tell you the story of Tennessee Thresh and Paige Keiki. Paige Keiki goes on Tennessee Thresh's podcast to speak about life in general, to speak about what they speak about on their podcast. When she leaves the studio, there's accusations that maybe Paige is giving her the eye, maybe she wants to start something up, maybe she wants to get a little more friendly.
About these two here?
These two right here. Straight away, Paige, who's in a relationship, not about that, comes out and says, no chance, that's not what happened. Things escalate, social medias go back and forth, diss tracks come out, and all of a sudden, we're in the ring.
She can move all right there.
I believe Tennessee has had to sort of answer a few critics to say, I am about that, I've been training hard, I've been putting it in. And this is the first opportunity. She sort of kept a lot of it off social media. This is the first opportunity she's had to really show that she can do that, and she's impressed you.
Yeah, she looks good. She's very square, but she looks real good. She throws some things weird, but I mean, everyone does, you know? Oh! Ah!
There's combinations coming
name?
in there. Tennessee Thresh.
Tennessee.
You're
as smooth.
We let the liquor do the talking.
You're fuck.
That's B-Dave Chris Ridgway country music sessions for today.
Yep.
But we look here. I mean, this is the sign of a fighter who is going to look to stop things early on Saturday night. We know this
is your first fight?
Yeah.
You know what the biggest thing is about your first fight, Chris?
Go.
Is getting hit in 10-ounce gloves without headgear on.
Yes. And that is something that they have to come to terms with quickly.
It's good to spar a little bit in 10-ounce gloves without headgear on, mouth guard on, you know, kind of maybe not all the way at fight speed, but it is good to get a feel for what it feels like to get hit in rocks, because 10-ounce gloves are rocks.
After an impressive start there, I just noticed the coach pull back a little bit. Now, do you think that there's something in there the coach is thinking, hold up, let's not show too much? Because Paige is going to be watching this. She's in the building somewhere. She's going to be watching this. But look, there's hand speed and power here.
They're going pretty hard. I don't know. They're going pretty hard. Usually I just like touch, dance around a bit.
Is this where the warfare begins? The fact that ultimately they are throwing down on Saturday, and ultimately this will count for very little. But before then, they have to send each other little messages.
Yeah.
Be that in the form of squaring up, be that in the form of tweets, social media posts, whatever.
You can see her just keeping her lead hand up a bit higher than the other one. That's good. That's a good habit to build.
Absolutely. And this is B-Dave, someone who's been learning boxing a year and a half or so.
Yeah.
So the fundamentals are fresh in your brain.
Yeah.
The coach has been putting
I learned it from the start not that long ago, but I do train every day. So, I mean, I'm still learning new things every day. But
the biggest thing for me, when I look at a young fighter in the ring there, I mean, especially now, she's just proven my point before I've said it. She's enjoying herself.
Yeah, that's what this is all about, man. You got to go out there and have fun. Even in the fight day, I know it gets real stressful and everything like that, but if you're not having fun, what are you here for, you know?
I got to be honest, in the digital face-off and in the fight week interviews, I sort of had the impression that maybe Paige Keiki seemed more relaxed. Tennessee was, I mean, in her one-to-one interview yesterday, she told me, I wasn't aware there was going to be all this attention this week. Well, I'm just going to get used to this. Look at this. She's tricked me.
She looks well.
She's completely not at all put off or distracted.
Where's she from?
By the cameras.
Where are these girls from?
They're from the UK.
From the UK?
And let me tell you, those London girls can fight when they have to.
Do they?
I mean, all of a sudden, there's a big fella coming in with a body shield on.
There's a big fella with a body shield on.
But she's going to let him know that she's throwing hands. Listen to the sound of these. Before we've even had one.
She throws that jab there. Let that head down.
This is the sign of a fighter not ready to take a backward step on Saturday night.
Yep, definitely looks like it. It's easy to come forward on pads. Let's see how she does in the ring against the other girl.
If you're Paige Keiki, your opponent who knows the girl but doesn't know the fighter and is watching this for the first time, what's going through your head?
Yeah, that shield that he's wearing, that gut shield, is at the same level as her head. So that's not even like body shots at this stage. It's just like head shots. Like a really wide head. But no,
the female scene continues to grow, and I think if Tennessee can look this good in the ring on Saturday night, maybe get a couple more fights under the belt, fighting at this level, we might just be looking at the first step of maybe a future star in the Misfits boxing space.
Could be. You learn a lot off your first fight, and then you go back to the gym and you start to work on things and start to develop more as a fighter. That's at least what I did and what a lot of people that I've watched in the scene have done. So you learn the most. You learn more after your first fight than you do in like 6 months of training.
All the attributes are there. She's enjoying herself. She's composed, but at the same time, she's listening. She knows the cameras are there. She's dancing around. She's playing to him. But the coach has got her ear. She's not breaking that eye contact. She's looking at him, and she's throwing hands. Most importantly, she's throwing hands. I got to be honest, Dave. I'm pleasantly surprised when I see this. This is a fighter that's not just coming to make up the numbers. We're going to have her up here any moment, and all I can think about is what Paige Keiki thinks watching this. She's there, she's down there ringside, she's watching very, very clear. She's watching this.
I've never seen her before, but I love her.
Tennessee Thresh, a new B-Day favourite. Maybe we bring her into the country music sessions.
Yeah, we might have to. I might have to hit Tennessee with some W-Riz here in a moment.
We got to bring her on just for that. I want to see Dave throwing down his game.
Do you have a boyfriend here by chance that might be bigger and scarier than me?
I have no idea, brother.
Sure hope not.
Anthony Taylor's walking past us. Baby. You know the energy he's bringing.
Yeah.
You don't need me to tell you he was making that noise and hand gestures coming past. He's letting everybody know he's here. Paige Keiki, though she's getting ready to come into this ring, she's still keeping her eye on an opponent who's now done and will take those post-workout photos. Dave, she's comfortable in there. And now she's just getting back to business. I cannot believe that this is someone who was playing the card of being nervous.
And I'm going to give the mic off to Daddy Dean here.
Daddy Dean. We don't want Dave to go too far because he's promised us he's going to...
Don't go too far, bro.
He's going to roll the dice with Tennessee Thresh in a little bit after being impressed with what he's just seen in the ring there. Dean, that was an impressive workout.
What? Yeah, impressive. And she looked good, too, goddamn. Shit. That's why I'm even more impressed with her looks. Nah, but I think it's going to be lit, man. It's dope to see, like, even women stepping up. And now women are more men nowadays than the men because the men been ducking. You dig what I'm saying? So shout out to these ladies. They putting on and they're going to inspire more ladies to get into this influencer scene.
That was a great first statement put out there by Tennessee. She looks really good in there. She looks like if she's able to continue that momentum.
Oh, there she go right there.
Into fight now. This is her right
here. There you go. Let's talk about you.
Do you know what I love about working with Dean the Great? Is we've got producers around us getting ready to tee that up. And Dean goes, "Now, watch, she's here. Bring her in."
There she go right there. Speaking of the devil.
Tennessee, welcome to Fight Week. I mean, listen, we spoke yesterday. As we just get you all mic'd up, we spoke yesterday. I was saying this to B. Dave and Justine and Dean the Great just now. We spoke yesterday. You gave me the impression that you were a bit new to this. There's a load of cameras going on. Oh, I'm not sure about this. Where's all this? And then in there, that's one of the most confident, comfortable workouts. That's your first one? I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
It is.
Hey, you got any fights or what? This your first fight? This your first fight?
This is my first fight. It's my first time boxing, since I started training camp. It really is, believe it or not, I'm just good at everything.
We may have a little pool shark on our hands here.
Honestly.
Listen, I've seen this game before. I know where this is going.
Even when I went to my coach, he was like, the first coach I went to, he said, "Are you sure you haven't boxed before?" I said, "No."
I got the impression that your coach, when you were letting certain combinations go and you were continuing to show good habits, that the lead hand was raised, you were smiling, you were confident, you were keeping eye contact with your coach, letting him tell you your instructions. Your
Maximum
coach,
violence!
Your
Maximum
coach,
violence. I like that.
Yeah, your coach, in my opinion, calmed it down a little bit because Paige's watching and you're impressing. You get that impression?
Yeah. I definitely wanted to go out there and...
Yeah, they were all watching.
Were there some words said with Paige at ringside?
I just said, make sure you're watching.
One thing I'll say, I mean, I'm not sure if you ever been on a big stage, like in front of a lot of people.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure you're pretty. Just stay locked in, laser focused, and just have fun. Because, you know, this is different. It's a big opportunity. You know, that's just my advice. You know, you didn't ask, but I'm just giving you.
No, yeah. I don't... Everyone's like mostly saying about the crowd, but I've like performed in front of big crowds, and like when I used to do like cheerleading, sounds stupid, but like we compete in front of really big crowd. Yeah. I love a crowd, so it makes me perform better, really.
That's good.
Do you think you can keep that level of composure on fight night? Because I'm genuinely, and I say this honestly, pleasantly surprised when I see that. Yeah. Because we spoke yesterday, again, I want to bring it up, and even on the digital face-off a couple of weeks ago, when you were sort of saying, I'm new to this, I've only been doing this 8 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, so she says.
No, honestly, it
so
really
she
is.
says.
I knew that.
Allegedly.
When I did my open workout, it was going to like shock.
You've done something before. You must have done something before.
Well, I did athletics.
She said she was a cheerleader.
And I ran track.
I mean in the ring.
No, honestly, no. Like, hand on my heart. Like, this is the first time. This is all so new to me.
What kind of cheerleading they teaching down there?
I was like, before I stepped in, I was thinking, this is a lot, but...
But when you get in the ring on Saturday night and it's for real, and there's a huge crowd, there's TV cameras streaming it all over, and there's a personal beat there with Paige, who we're going to see what she's got in a moment.
Yeah.
Coming at you, coming forward aggressively.
Uh-oh.
My question
is, KSI.
My question is, can you hold that composure?
Yeah, 100%. I'll watch her work out, but I don't think she can move on the pads like me, to be honest.
What happens on Saturday night?
Huh?
Do you knock her out?
If I knock her out, I knock her out. I'm not purposely going out there for the knockout, but if it happens, it happens.
I asked you this the other day, and I'm going to ask it again. Where do you want to go in the boxing space? Because if you can look that good on Saturday night, get the win in the way that you want to get the win, do that a couple more times, people are going to want to see this again and again and again.
Yeah.
Are you going to give them that?
Yeah, 100%. I can only get better. Like, the more I train, the better I'm going to get. So the next time I fight, I'm going to look 10 times better than that, because next time I go into training, it's not going to be a rushed space of like, you're fighting in 8 weeks. I'm going to go back the next day after my fight, and I'm going to learn how to box freely, like in my own time, figure out what I like to do. Yeah.
Dean, you're impressed.
I'm a boxer.
Hey, I'm excited to watch. I'm excited, man. And like I was just saying before you stepped up on here, I was just saying, like, it's dope that y'all stepping up to the plate to even box and get in the ring, because a lot of dudes, like, y'all got more heart than these dudes, because these dudes, they scared. They don't want to, they scared to get embarrassed and shit like that. So y'all inspiring even more girls, even more people to get in the ring, because they're like, she can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
So you're really paving the way right now. So you got to give yourself a round of applause for that.
Thank you.
Tennessee fighting on a huge card this Saturday, on KSI's card, no less.
Sold out.
You see him in the building now. What is it like to be fighting on a card with someone like KSI, who has conquered pretty much everything he set his mind to? You're fighting on this card. You don't need me to tell you the magnitude of this. He's there now. He's just skipping, and everyone wants to see it.
Yeah.
How does it feel for you
I know,
to be on a
KSI
card like this?
skipping. Everyone stop what you're doing. No, it's like incredible. Like it's KSI. Like he's literally. It is crazy. Like it really is.
Have you spoken to him in this build-up at all?
No, I've never spoken to him.
Really?
I'm a fan. I'm literally a fan. Like, I'm fangirling him right now. Like, I'm the one like KSI skipping. Like, this is great. Like.
What do you think happens in his fight on Saturday night?
I think he'll win. Come on.
You know who Joe Fournier is?
Yeah.
I don't know if his name is A, right?
But he hasn't boxed in a long, long time.
He old. He like 50.
Yeah.
50-year-old dude, but he 9-0. You dig what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, you never know, but I think.
Yeah, I think JJ's still taking.
He looks confident. He looks calm.
Do you know what? Listen, Dean, you guys are both boxers. You guys are certainly more current and active than I am, but I've done a little bit. One thing that I would not be comfortable doing in front of cameras is skipping. I can do pads, no problem. Shadow boxing, some weights, press-ups, whatever you want to do. Yeah. But skipping and falling over that rope every 10, 15 spins, is that... It didn't look easy.
Yeah, I mean, it does a little something to, like, it's like, because he just stopped again. He's like, damn.
He is human.
Right, but he's human. You dig what I'm saying? And also that jump rope could be a little short. That might be my size of a jump rope. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, JJ about like, what, 6 foot? So.
No, I'd literally be tripping it all up everywhere.
I mean, even me, I've been jump roping for a minute, for some years, and I mess up a little bit every now and then, but that don't really matter.
Maybe we get a little jump rope challenge going at the hotel.
Hey, no, I'm with it. We can run that. How long he gonna be jump roping for? I ain't never seen no shit like this. That nigga's still going.
And everyone's still watching like he just started.
He warming up before the warm up. Damn, you got to warm up again. He got like 3 other people to go, right? Deji, Swarmz, and then Anthony, Salt.
Yeah, he just.
Yeah, he just feeling it.
I'm going to hazard a little guess that we won't see any others doing as much skipping as this.
Look like he about to shoot a few basketballs
before his workout. But I have it on authority that KSI is not going to get in the ring today.
He's not?
No, whether that's a tactic to not give anything away.
Oh, bro.
Whether that's something that he's doing intentionally.
Gotta be, because I mean now that makes sense on why he jump roping 30 minutes before he go in. You dig what I'm saying? Now he's doing jumping jacks.
That's a fighter there that's not wanting to give anything away, and why would
I guess they're doing
the biggest fight of his career?
Yeah.
You don't want to give too much away.
I mean, but yet again, it's like you can study somebody all you want. It don't matter when you're in the ring. You're not gonna be like, oh, he likes to throw his hook and then his jab and his right hand. Like, none of that shit matter when you're in the ring. All that shit go out the window. You dig?
One thing that's interesting is he's showing. I guess if you wanted to put this angle on it, you could say he wants to show a little bit of cardio maybe. He's spoken often about he's the fittest boxer out there. Something Joe Fournier said was, what's cardio got to do with it? We're going to meet in the middle of the ring and we're going to throw bombs at one another until one of us goes down. What's cardio got to do with it?
Cardio's got a lot to do with it, shit. If you ain't got no cardio and your ass get dropped, you ain't going to get up.
Listen, I ask a silly question, I guess, but Tennessee, you've got to fight this weekend. How much focus do you put on cardio in comparison to the boxing work?
Well, I think also it depends on like the rounds you're fighting. My cardio, like the first like 4 weeks, I was focusing a lot on my cardio, but it's a 3-round fight.
When did you get the call?
About like 8 weeks before. I started training straight away as soon as I knew I was going to fight.
Hell yeah.
But cardio is a massive thing to play because especially when you get out in front of the audience, that is like time, like that, like trip, like, do you know what I mean? It goes down because the heart's going to be beating, but more than 3 rounds, cardio means a lot. But like 3-round fight, like I'm going to blow for 3 rounds and be fine.
People with no cardio can do 3 rounds at least. You dig? So
yeah, like 3 rounds.
Yeah, it ain't much.
Yeah.
But it is 3 minutes, and you're going to have a lot of adrenaline and shit like that. But
it's 2 minutes a round.
Oh.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes a round.
Yeah, what ounces y'all use?
It'll be over before 10. Okay. It'll be over before I even know it.
Look, he about to shoot some basketball hoops next.
Well, Tennessee, I'm going to let you run along and speak to all the media. I mean, there's going to be questions asked about what you've just done in there.
Yeah.
It was very impressive. We can't wait to see some more of it on Saturday when you throw down against Paige Keiki on the KSI Joe Fournier undercard. Tennessee, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you.
Thanks.
And we're going to bring in the bad guy.
Madman.
Not the bad guy.
The one and only.
Wait, you're not going to bring her back in?
Idris Virgo.
Hey,
stop it, Idris.
So since you're here and you know what's up, why is KSI working out way before everybody else do? Like, no, he go last?
Where was it?
He was doing like jumping jacks and ladder ropes.
Oh, it's a warm-up before the pre-warm-up, before the pre-warm-up, you know what I mean?
Idris, you train with KSI regular basis.
Yeah.
What's he like in the gym?
It's a nightmare. It's just a nightmare. Hard work, dedication, always works hard, always 110% in. And you can see now, man, as I said, he's here before everyone else and he's already putting the work in, man. Like, look at that. Fast feet, man. Bloody hell. He beats me in the sprints as well, put it that way.
He beats you in the sprints?
Where?
Yeah, for real.
Oh, so he's an athlete. Well,
yeah.
As impressive as a fighter he is, this is the toughest test of his career.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Oh, yeah.
This Saturday. What do you see in him in the gym? Does he train differently for it? Does he train the same? Does it matter who the opponent is? Or is there something a little different this time, given that it's a former WBA light heavyweight international champion?
Something different. The first time I sparred him, decent spar. Second time sparring, another decent spar. And then I think it was like 4 weeks out from obviously from the fight. Then different animal, tuned in.
And then he started hitting me some shots I wasn't expecting. Like, sometimes you're going to be there watching people spar, you're like, you know what, I could have him in the sparring, I could do this with him in the sparring, but...
So you get in front of him.
There we go. Got in there, and I was like, damn, I didn't expect this. And then one shot he gave me, it was a hard hit.
Does he speak about Joe Fournier? Does he speak about him openly in the gym?
I wouldn't say he speaks about him openly, but he mentions, like, I'm going there to do my job. I'm going to take him out. I'm going to knock him out.
So it's all just about the mission statement.
Yeah,
it's not about maybe what Joe brings to the table.
Yeah, it's like making a statement. He wants to show Jake Paul how to be a pro boxer. He wants, as I said, he wants to mess up Jake Paul's legacy, and he will do that on Saturday night, 100%.
Yeah. Can he? How do you focus when you're KSI, right?
Yeah.
You've got a drinks brand, a massive drinks brand.
Yeah.
You've got your own content channels like the Sidemen and everything else. You've got numerous other projects going on.
Yeah.
This is not like running several businesses and trying to keep on top of everything. At the same time as running several businesses and trying to keep on top of everything, you've got to try and avoid being punched in the face by guys who punch people in the face for a living.
Yeah.
Like how does he do it?
Mate, I don't know how he does it, because as soon as I do my first session at London Shoot Fighters, I'm ready to go home and sleep. This guy's on about he's going to do some content, he's going to do this. I'm like, how on earth are you finding the time to do this? And then come back later on in the afternoon and then train again?
Yeah.
And I'm meant to be the pro? It's mad.
His coaches alongside him, Marios and Alexis, just talk to me about the importance of those guys. What do they bring to his camp?
They got so much experience, like literally, they've turned KSI, obviously being in boxing for 2 years, into like a guy who's been boxing for like, say, 10 years, you know what I mean? Like, the experience that these two guys got is brutal. Every session they do, they'll just push you to the edge. Like, there's no giving up. You're there to destroy and kill, in that kind of sense. You're going to see it now, man, the connection he's got as well. With each fight in the shoot fight, London Shoot Fighters, they always give 110% to each of their fighters.
When you're a coach, just to stay on those guys for a moment.
I got his bathroom.
They know each other inside out, those guys. They've worked together for a long time. But they've got to do more than just coach the fighter. Because when you're a KSI and you bring such media scrutiny and attention, you've got to manage his mindset, I guess. Because whatever's going on, right? Bad day at the office for, I don't know, something's going on at Prime, the content didn't go, numbers, I don't know, whatever. They've got to be able to switch that off when he comes in the gym.
Yeah.
Their role is crucial.
100%. It's crazy because they just change the mentality. Like, it's like they get to you on a personal level. They know what makes you tick. When you walk through the door, I guarantee now, Alexis or Marius will know if KSI is under the train or if he's not under the train. So they might just like change the training session on how they might think his mood is. But it's just crazy. You gotta remember, they're seeing KSI day in, day out. So to them, I would say they're like family. So they know what to do and they know how hard to push KSI. And when you know as a fighter like KSI and he wants it and he's hungry for it, and remember, he does not need to do this. As you said, he's got Prime, he's got multiple businesses, he's got his YouTube channel, he's making income out of boxing. But this guy, it's like he's starving for it. He's starving for that legacy, and it's him. Like, boxing's found him. I'll tell you that now. Boxing found KSI, and boxing needs KSI. Put it that way.
He quite openly said on a Twitter space, maybe the most animated Twitter space I've ever come across, the other day, that look, the initial face-to-face was a bit calmer, the press conference was a bit calmer, but 5 weeks here, he said it's going to be the most hyped up he's ever been. He's on site, he's on smoke. I mean, listen, if Joe Fournier walks in this room right now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say 15 security guards.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Do you know what? It's interesting. I don't know what's going to happen, but at least we've got 15 guys here to control whatever's going to happen. It'll be a nightmare, put it that way, but I just can't wait to see when Joe Fournier does walk in and see what KSI does, because normally he does what he says and he proves himself.
Speaking as a pro boxer, someone who has trained for years and years and years and honed a craft, are you able to see ways that maybe Joe Fournier could work a chink in the armour? Is there anything? Well, he told us he wasn't getting in the ring, and now he is.
Oh.
But is there anything for Joe Fournier to grab onto? There must be. I mean, the guy is experienced.
I don't know, because, as you said, I'm a pro boxer and I've got my own kind of experience. And going in that ring, I was just surprised what he can do with, you know what I mean? I looked in kind of ways in next sparring session, what I'm going to do different. He came back from a trip from doing WrestleMania, and he shocked me. I just got to pull you out for one moment. Yeah.
This neck training, we've seen it a few times now.
Yeah.
Is insane.
Yeah.
I've not seen any other fighter in years of working in fighting. We go back. How many years do we go back?
Yes. Yeah.
I've never seen any fighter do this.
Yeah.
It must be safe.
It's safe. It's very vital. It's a lifesaver. It will save you from getting knocked out, put it that way. And neck training, it looks tricky, it looks hard, it looks painful. But if you don't do it, you will get knocked out. And I guarantee you now, Joe Fournier, or Joe, whatever his name is.
Idris.
I have to say it. He's not doing this. I guarantee you.
He's made several comments, publicly and privately, Idris, Joe. And I'm not in the business of sharing too many private conversations.
Yeah.
But Joe has made it quite clear he's going to rip the body to get to there. You know this, you chop the trunk to make the tree fall. He's going to be trying to work KSI's body. Is that maybe the way in? Listen, we spoke about it before.
I am the body breaker.
You are the body breaker.
And I've hit this guy to the body with a nice body shot. And he took that shot like a champ. Like if Joe Fournier thinks that's his best option to get in there, throw it out the window.
I want to talk about the sparring clip of you and JJ that came out. Now, I don't think any of us are naive enough to think that was just the coach pulling out the phone for a minute and going, oh, I'll just film a bit of this and post it out. We know that both camps are very conscious about what they post out. How much had JJ been working before that clip?
Oh, a lot. We've been in a lot of rounds. That's just a small clip. Literally, the spars are like pay-per-view spars. Like, listen, he's a nightmare when you spar this guy. And it's weird because, as I said, you'll be outside the ring looking at the spar and you think, oh, okay, I could do this, could do that. But when you get in the ring and you spar with me, it's a different kettle of fish. The tempo and everything's crazy.
Well, I think we're about to be joined by the nightmare. Idris, don't go too far. I'm going to bring you back any moment now. But the headliner for Saturday night,
the Alpha,
joins us now. The Alpha,
the Omega, has entered the building.
Guy,
I am
KSI.
him, the man and only KSI. God damn, yo, your boy's looking. Woo! Damn, is that how I look? Shit.
For reference, we have a screen down in front of us.
Mamacita. I want to take you to dinner. Hey, yo, sorry.
JJ, I know you are a busy man and a busy schedule. I'm going to get straight to the point.
Hit me.
Fight week is here.
Yes.
What's going on? How are you feeling?
I'm ready. Finally, I get my hands on that motherfucker, bro. I'm sorry for my language. Joe Fournier is about to be in hell when he enters that ring. I can't wait. The Alpha, the Omega, the man who knocks is going to be knocking on his head relentlessly. Over and over again, baby.
I gotta say, what I have enjoyed is the back and forth, especially on that Twitter space.
Yeah. I mean,
he's quite quick to come back.
No, you know what? I gotta give it to him. He's very good at speaking. I'm not as good at speaking compared to him. He just washes me, so I'll give him that. But when it actually matters in the ring, he knows he's finished. I'm the strongest I've ever been. I'm the fastest I've ever been. Mentally, I'm solidified, super strong. Nothing can break me. How can he beat me? Even on my worst day, I'll destroy him. And you know what? I want to give a little exclusive. So I didn't tell anyone this, but I wanted to wait till the fight week of this fight to make sure that Joe Fournier was actually gonna show up. For the Timber fight, I was ill. For the Timber fight, I was ill. I had this respiratory virus or something, and bro, that's why for me I was there I need to knock this man out fast, real quick, and that's why your boy did it in one round. Luckily, he didn't take me to round 4, 5, 6 because I knew I was gonna be blowing. But for this time, yo, I feel as good as I did when I had 2 fights in one night. I feel so fit. I feel better than that. I feel so good. I feel so alive, and nothing can stop me, man.
I mean, that's a revelation to come out right there, but it shows you, I think, your mental strength.
Yeah,
the fact that you were able to work past that, but not only work past that, not bring it up.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I have to ask you is we spoke about you this fight week, and you said, I'm on smoke. Everyone's getting it. No one said
Yeah, 3-round Papi, he's getting it.
If Joe Fournier walks in this door right now, what happens?
Oh, yo, I'll put it on him instantly. I'll be like, you ready?
Steve moving around again.
Yeah. But, bro, everyone's getting smoked, bro. Even Swarmz. You know, if he wants to pipe up, I'll give him smoke. If Soul Papi wants to pipe up, I'll give him smoke. Annie Taylor, I'll give them all smoke, bro. I'm ready. I'm here to show that I am the king of this influencer boxing scene, baby.
Are you going to keep an eye on Joe Fournier when he comes
Hell
into
no.
the ring?
I don't give a... I don't care, bro. I don't care. Trust me. He can come through looking like Mike Tyson. It don't matter. As soon as I touch him with my fist, it's over, bro. As soon as I clean touch the chin, bro, no, he ain't waking up from that. It's simple as that.
JJ, thank you for coming joining us.
Thank you for having me, yo.
Man.
I'll see you lot. DAZN pay-per-view. Be sure to watch it. See me, your boy, back in the ring, knocking a man out yet again. I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care and peace, yo. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
I'll see you soon. KSI live on DAZN pay-per-view this Saturday against former WBA international champion, light heavyweight division. It goes down, OVO Arena, Wembley, and that is a man right there that is ready to go and deliver whatever it takes. He showed up early to his media workout, given both media commitments and eagerness to get in. I want to bring in his training partner back, Idris Virgo. I've not even got the chance to speak to you about you and Anthony Taylor, which I will do in a minute. Let's speak about KSI, man. He's come in here, and I was standing next to him, and no joke. Like, no, I'm not just saying this. The energy, you know what it's like. It's buzzing. It's like, you know, it's like I'm standing next to someone with a battery pack on, you know, and I'm feeling it, and I'm trying to get questions in. I'm trying to speak to him, and he's just, I'm ready to go. I want it. Who is it? Where's Salt Papi? He can have some. Where's Swarmz? Where's your like? Man, this guy's peaking at the right time.
100% peaking. Have you seen Dragon Ball Z?
Of course.
They just pull it that way. He's like a Dragon Ball Z character. He's like Goku. He's ready.
Now that, I'll be honest, that'll be a reference that Joe Fournier might not pick up on.
Oh yeah.
But what does that mean? As we see Paige and Keiki, we're going to come back to their workout and the girls' fight in just a moment. We can't not review what we've just seen with KSI. And by the way, if you knew this and you kept this secret, fair play to you as well. KSI mentioned then that he'd had an illness going into the Temple fight, and he said he didn't want to bring it up sooner, but there was a respiratory thing going on. He had issues breathing. Jesus, as a fighter, the last thing you need is issues breathing going
100%.
into. So he goes in and he said to himself, I had to get it done early.
100%.
1 round.
There we go. That just shows you he's a champion. You know, his mindset is in the right place, and it just shows you from the experience on the London Street Fighters, and that's what we do, man. Even if you got any injuries or anything, we just push, and if you know you can fight, if you're not in a deathbed, you're fighting, son. And you know what I mean? That's the right mentality, yeah?
You've seen him in the gym. We've now seen him here. Paige Keiki, he's going through quite a similar idea, if you like, a fitness-first workout. KSI didn't want to give anything away.
Oh, hold me back!
Oh my
hold
God.
me back! I'm going to get him! Hold me back!
MMA time!
Yes.
Jesus, guys, I need to go and lie down already. At least the production team needs to tell me if this guy's coming on. The first I saw was Idris's feet go.
I was like, yep, let's go.
Pretty boy, Anthony Taylor. Listen, the last time you two came face to face with TV cameras and microphones, it was this close. And in fact, I'm going to put you both on the spot now, seeing as you just did that to me. You were giving us some songs, so in your own time, Anthony Taylor, do you want to give us a little melody, mate?
Oh, hey, why y'all putting me on blast?
Oh, damn.
All right, let me see.
Feel free to join in.
It's undeniable that we should be together. It's unbelievable how I used to say that I fall never.
You got to do a song Idris knows next time.
What song you like? What song you like?
I don't know, you know.
What
Michael Jackson.
Oh, damn.
Man in the Mirror.
I don't know that one. I don't know that one.
Let's talk fighting.
Okay,
Let's talk fighting.
yeah,
Listen, we did
yeah,
not
yeah,
come here to
yeah.
do the radio specials. Anthony Taylor.
Yes.
I mean, I don't need to ask this question, but I'm going to anyway. What's your energy like? How are you feeling?
I'm jet lagged, but that's part of the traveling overseas that many hours. I've only had 2 hours of sleep. but I'm okay. I already know I'm gonna be fine by fight night. It's part of the process every time I come here, but I'm gonna bring up that energy more and more. I'm slowly warming up with this wild card boxing jacket, so it's keeping me warm and going.
You spoke about yesterday. I'm not going to go down the whole Salt Papi questioning route because it's something that's going to be covered over and over and over again as we see Salt on the screen at the moment. Idris Virgo, you mentioned him yesterday as a potential opponent further down the line.
Yeah, further down the line.
A rematch that you want. Idris, I mean, I don't know if you've heard that yet, but it's
First
something.
I'm hearing it, man. Rematch. You sure you want that smoke?
Hey, absolutely.
Hey,
I always get my get
sure?
back. But you know, that's later down the line. I got
You got business to
I
do.
think when we do fight, it needs to be as a main event. So I need to build myself as a main eventer for me to say, hey, I want to fight him. Because at the time, right now, I can't pick and choose who I want to fight. I'm just not there yet where I can say I'm fighting this guy next. I need to earn my spot to be able to say, hey, I want to fight Idris Virgo next.
Yeah.
You know, I told you after the fight, me and Idris Virgo was going to be friends. See, y'all didn't know it.
Okay.
I want to say I called this. I said these two are going to be boys by the end of this, no question. Idris, you've been in there with Anthony Taylor.
Yeah.
You were the last guy in there with Anthony Taylor.
Yeah.
What does he have in his arsenal that he can use to beat Salt Papi? You know firsthand, what are his strengths? What does he bring to the table? What did give you problems on that fight night?
Nothing gave me problems.
I'm not ready for this. I am not ready.
Do you know what? I don't know. That's a good question, man. I think the only thing will probably give Salt Papi trouble is probably the overhand hand. You got a mean overhand hand. You got a nice overhand hand, and you got a decent engine, but for 2 rounds. So unless you be working on the engine, I just don't know where this fight's gonna go.
He did catch you.
Huh?
You told me this before. You said he caught you.
Don't tell me. No, that's incompetence. Not joking, yeah.
Ever since the Idris Virgo fight, I have not stopped training since then.
Sure.
I build up my cardio, and I had to gain weight for this. I was like 165, so I had to gain 20 pounds of muscle and speed for this fight. So I haven't took this off because once people see this shit, we're like, holy shit, this guy's on some sauce or some shit. Even though they're not testing, but it's okay. I'm totally joking. Totally joking.
Wait, but don't you think that muscle's gonna weigh you down? You're not used to it.
No, I slowly built on it, but I lost a lot of that heavy muscle, so I built up took off the body fat. So I feel light. I feel really light. That's why it's 3 rounds. I'm good. I was hoping this was a 6-round fight. That's why I was preparing for a 6-round fight.
When you're in there against Salt, I mean, state the obvious. You're going to have to show speed. You're going to have to show power. Is this going to go the distance?
No, this is the easiest fight for me.
I know. Listen, I know that boxers say this, and I know that they have to, and a lot of the time it's true. But at the same time, there's got to be some understanding in there that I might struggle to catch him.
So let's look at this. Throughout the times after Salt Papi fight, we get all these pro boxers praising Salt Papi and these little kids fans. Where are pro boxers praising Salt Papi now that he's fighting me? Where are they saying, oh, Salt Papi is this and that? Yeah. He's fighting a beast like me. This is an easy fight compared to the guys I fought on paper. People should be like, yo, that's the easier fight for AT instead of Salt Papi, because this guy fought Idris Virgo, who's 12-0, now 13-0. He's fought Tommy Fury. He's fought Jack Fincham, who had a standout amateur record. People can actually say, pros say, hey, he had a harder path. He's more of a dog than Salt Papi. Look who Salt Papi's fought. Andy Hallaham, Josh Bruckner. You give a guy a top 5 spot just beating those guys, anybody can beat those guys.
It's just a fashion in beating him in. That's why. It's just how he's done it.
Right. No, and absolutely. I'm not taking that from him at all. But he's going to get somebody like me who just comes forward and doesn't back down. With the MMA fighter mindset, we got to come get it. I'm not here to box. I can't box. But what I can tell you is I can fight. And that's one thing about me. It's going to be a fight.
Yeah, but if he comes in there boxing, that means you're going to lose? Because you're going there and fighting?
It's going to be a dog, dirty fight.
Did you notice that? When you were fighting Anthony, was he more of the fighter than the boxer?
Yes. You're very aggressive. You wanted to fight. You wanted that. You was just pressing. You were just ready to take my head off. You know what I mean? He was ready to take me out. You wanted to knock me out. Yeah. Play that way. So yeah, you're more kind of fighting. But then Salt Papi's got to see it on outside view. He's just going to box you to win. If he gets an accurate punch, the thing is, how good is his chin?
Right, and a lot of people don't understand. I have a great chin. I have a 22-inch neck. I have a great chin. I can take a punch and a body shot, obviously called the body breaker. I just feel like a straight left is not going to do it. It's not going to do it. That's all he has is a straight left.
He's been very quick to down-talk your strengths. You're seemingly doing the same to him. How do you approach it when the first bell goes?
Like Mike Tyson.
Who's going to be the first person in the middle of the
I'm
ring?
coming straight at him. Like how I ran up to Eastersburg, I'm doing the same thing. I'm not going to give him a chance to set up his shots. I'm not.
You know who that is.
I'm not going to give Salt a chance to set up his shots. I'm just going to make it a dogfight. I'm going to have him on his back heel.
Yeah, because if you do give him the time to set his shots, then that's when I think he'll try and pick you out.
Right.
Pick you off.
Guys, I'm gonna say don't go too far. We're gonna bring in the girls, Paige and Keiki versus Tennessee Fresh. You can stay in the vicinity. You can stay in the vicinity. Anthony, I think you're in either next or very soon. Okay. We're gonna have you back up here shortly. Thank you very much for joining us, Anthony Taylor. It's like we just had you up here.
I know. Back like I never left.
You freshened back up, but Paige, this time Paige is here as well. And again, the security takes that little step forward because I don't know which way this is gonna go. Guys, welcome. Paige, welcome to Fight Week. You've had your moment in there. How did you feel?
Yeah, good little cardio session.
I'll let you catch your breath for a moment. Were you able to watch Paige and Keiki? Did you learn anything? I mean, I know it was mainly fitness in there. Is that something that you think she's done on purpose, not giving you anything?
I'm going to be honest. I saw her skip for 2 seconds and I turned my back and walked the other way. Girl, was she doing that on purpose or was that you genuinely skipping like that?
I'm not saying that. Yeah, I'm saving it.
Was that an intentional play then, not to show anything?
I mean, everyone that was at my camp, no one done no pads today, everyone done cardio.
Did you see any of Tennessee's workout?
Yeah, I saw it was good.
I've got to say, I thought it was impressive. Is that what you expected from her?
I thought, yeah.
You thought she was going to
I thought she was going to be better, but yeah, it was good, it was good.
Girl, you don't got to lie.
I got the American accent, sis.
How do you guys feel now, looking directly over at one another?
I felt confident anyway, but I feel definitely confident. That was like literally 2 seconds of cardio. Why are you breathing heavy?
Interesting. I hope you got this same energy, on Saturday.
Well,
like,
obviously.
I hope you got this same energy on Saturday. Yeah? I hope you got this same energy. Like, I pray to God you got this same energy. I just hope. I hope. And the kids as well. You in your little youth club. It's dead. Yeah, keep it cool, keep it cool.
When she's looking at you, smiling, happy, talking like she is doing, is there something bubbling you? I mean, I'm
going to be honest, I'm keeping it professional. If he was not here, I swear to God, I would have gripped her up. But I'm going to keep it professional and save it. I don't want to mess up anything that's about to happen on Saturday, so I'm going to keep it professional.
Good, I guess. I wouldn't really care if you didn't keep it professional.
What I really like about this fight is both of you are new to this sort of scene of a lot of the cameras going on, people wanting to know what's happening, how it's going to break down. But at the same time, it's not just two random people we put in together. There is this backstory there. This means something, this fight, doesn't it? This is, I mean, you felt disrespected from what's just happened, and that means someone's got to pay.
Yeah. Tennessee's got to pay, innit?
There's just, what I will say for Tennessee is there's been no change of emotion the whole way through. You're just happy to be here.
Just let her laugh.
And I'm going to laugh in your face when I win as well.
Let her laugh so I can have the last laugh. Please. Let her laugh now.
Honestly.
Laugh now, cry later. I promise you. Laugh now, cry later.
Do you write these punchlines down before? Because you've not stuck with them the whole way through, the little one-liners. That out there. I actually hope that was all a joke because it looked like it. You're better off just not even going out there. That would have thrown me off more than that. And coming over here.
I'm going to ask this tentatively as everyone begins to step forward. Before we wrap up, do we get a handshake before fight night?
Do we? Is that a thing? I don't know.
I don't need to. I feel like I could shake your hands, but are you guys?
No, I'll shake her hand. What the heck?
See you in the ring on Saturday.
It goes down. Girls, thank you both for joining us. Good health. I know there's a load of cameras waiting to speak to both of you. Thank you very much, Tennessee. Paige Keiki, we'll see you Saturday night.
Thank
Part
you.
of a huge card, live on DAZN pay-per-view. KSI versus Joe Fournier. One of the biggest fights on the card has just stepped into the ring behind me. Salt Papi is in there ahead of his workout. He's going up against Anthony Taylor, we had on a moment ago. One of the most spoken about fights on the card.
Thank you. Thank you.
Put that one on that side.
It's more that adds the salt. The lean, mouse and salt. Looking sharp.
He's using the ring well, Salt Papi. He trains with his dad and with Solomon, who's over in the corner there at the moment. I've not seen his dad here today, but Salt Papi showing that he's got ring generalship. He can move around, not giving too much away, but he's more than happy to let his hands go when needed.
Yeah, it's looking really sharp, man.
He switches that stance when he needs to. Idris, from a boxing perspective, you're one of the most knowledgeable boxing guys in this room at the moment, given that you've been in there so many times. Just analyse a little bit. What are you seeing there?
Do you know what? I'm seeing more faster movement. He, as you said, he knows what he's doing. He's covering the ring well because he already knows that Anthony Taylor's going to rush him as soon as the bell goes. So he's moving around that ring very, very good. Figuring those jabs out. But the one thing what I won't say surprised about is like the weight. I don't understand why the weight is at 185. If that is actually Salt Papi's natural weight, it works for him because he's used to that weight. I don't think Anthony Taylor's used to that weight. It's going to slow him down.
Is this where the battle begins in the negotiations of the fight, of things like rounds, things like weight? I mean, even in some fights you talk about ring size.
Yeah.
Look at it, he's just giving us those smiles over there.
I don't want no smoke. Hey, I don't want it.
Yeah, he does. Get in. You know, is this where the battle begins, where, you know, one of you has to be the alpha? One of you has to say, you're going to play by my rules. If I want it this way, if you want to see me, you better make the weight. You better agree to this and that. Is that where the battle begins?
100%. I think Salt Papi won that battle. One with the weight, probably would say the ring size, because now he can move around. Really, the ball's in Salt Papi's court. I don't see what Anthony Taylor can do if he moves around like this on fight night, because let's be honest, you've got to catch a mouse to get a mouse.
It's such a pick and fight. A lot of people go in different ways. I don't want to overcook at the moment, because Salt Papi and Anthony Taylor is possibly the most spoken about fight on this card, certainly from a boxing perspective of who's going to win, which way is it going to go. I mean, the top three fights on this card are all pick 'em. You know, they're all which way do they go. Let's speak about you for a moment. The body breaker, Idris Virgon.
Yes.
You're looking at all these boxes.
Yeah.
You're looking at all these names, and I got to say, on Twitter, I think I've seen you call out pretty much everybody.
Every single person underneath the sun. Because I want that smoke, every single person. But then I seen an interesting tweet, not even tweet, interesting post from DAZN saying...
Yeah, whoa. You can't call out a broadcaster.
Oh, no.
What'd you do? You start with the cameraman? I don't know.
I'm having you next. No, I'm not going to call out those guys. I'll leave those guys to, like, obviously, bring some nice...
So tell me about the tweet that you saw for you.
I see someone who I sparred twice, and I think it'll be an interesting fight. He said he's making a return this year. He's been out there for 2 years, and his name is Billy Saunders. That's the only reason why I'll probably go back to the pros.
Let me get this straight. Two-weight world champion.
Yes.
Billy Joe Saunders.
Yes.
Last fought against Canelo.
Yes.
And okay, lost in the fashion that we know he lost by.
Yes.
Suffered an injury.
Yes.
Not been seen in the ring. That was 2 years ago.
Yes.
But he speaks a lot about coming back.
Yes.
You want to fight Billy Joe Saunders next?
100%, because he's got to have a warm-up fight, you know what I mean? He's got to fight someone with a bit of caliber. He's got to fight someone with a bit of clout. I've kind of got the clout. I've kind of got the caliber. I've got a decent kind of record in the pro ranks. So I believe for a warm-up fight for him, I'll be the perfect opponent. Now, you might think, oh, will I beat him? I know I can beat him. I've sparred him twice. I know he's got in the locker. And honestly, if that fight could be happening, if that fight can actually be made, I'll do it 100% hands down.
It's interesting that you've brought up that you sparred him, because I know often fighters won't really give away too many details about spars, but are you happy to talk about those sparring sessions? What do you know about them? Did anything happen?
I'll tell you now, if this fight gets made, I'll blow it out of the water. I'll say everything happened in sparring, and I'll try to get the video footage out there, and I'll try leak it out.
Well, we know what it means when a fighter talks about video footage with sparring, but that's a hell of a call out. Billy Joe Saunders, you know, huge name in the sport, and he's one of those fighters where, okay, that would be a pro show, right? No doubt about it. That would not be on a Misfits card.
Yeah.
But Billy Joe Saunders is no doubt a name that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everyone who's watching this, majority of those people, they know Billy Joe Saunders. They certainly know Canelo, who he was up against.
Yeah.
That's a real fight, man.
I want that. That's the only fight I know will get me up in the morning to go back to the pros. Other than that, I'm not interested about the pros anymore. I'm a crossover boxer, influencer boxer. But if I got the phone call to fight Billy Joe Saunders and it's a comeback fight, I'm there. I'll fight him, and I guarantee I'll win, 100%. 100% I'll win.
Well, you heard it here first. I think we heard it here first.
Yeah.
Billy Joe Saunders, are you listening? Idris Virgo's laid out the call. He wants to go in next with you on your comeback fight. The man who's just finished in the ring is Salt Papi, one of the Misfits cult heroes. Another one is Swarmz.
Yes.
And he's
Oh,
coming.
shit, what are you
joining
saying?
us now.
I thought he's going for him first.
Swarmz, my man, how are you? Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Fight week is certainly here. Listen, before I ask you the standard, how you doing? How's it going? How are you feeling? I'll tell you something. KSI was here a few moments ago.
I saw what he said. He said he'll give me, if I want the smirk, he'll do it. But he's got, where's he now? Is he gone?
He's left.
Exactly. So there's no point saying that, is it? Like, he didn't say it when I was here. So there's no point. But yeah, man.
Maybe we'll see that pick up through the press conference and weigh in. But let's focus on today. You're here now. Your opponent, Deji, I think I saw him arrive a moment ago. Wasn't best pleased with your T-shirts. Talk to me about the last 24 hours since the track came out. We've seen a bit more content from both of you guys now in this fight week. Where are we?
It's ready for war, innit? Like, he needs to expect it, innit? It's not going to be no lovey-dovey things, innit? Like, we're going to go in the ring and we're going to fight. He's trying to take my head off. I'm trying to take his head off, innit? Simple as.
I've just seen your coach step up behind us over there. One of my good friends in the sport of boxing, H Boxing. This guy works with elite fighters. You've been in there a long time with him now. Everyone has said it. You don't need me to go over it again about the shape that you're looking in. What has H added to your game as a boxer?
Yeah, H, AB, everyone at the boxing beef, they've changed my whole life. The way I think, the way I fight. Yeah, man, it's been a great experience, one of the best experiences. I'm in like the best shape of my life, so yeah, man.
Anthony Taylor has just stepped in the ring. I just want to ask you briefly about the Taylor Salt Papi fight. You know, you can't have avoided it. It's been unavoidable. This conversation, you know, about which way it goes. Does this guy win? Does that guy win? What's your thoughts on it? What's your take?
I feel like this is going to be Salt Papi's hardest fight, 100%. I've never seen Anthony Taylor get knocked out before. He's gone through all the fights. He's gone through all of them. Tough guy, but Salt Papi's just got too much skill in it. Like, I already know that. If he catches him, it could be night-night. But yeah, Salt Papi takes it for me, innit? But
Would you fight Anthony Taylor next?
I would fight Anthony Taylor, yeah. I would, bro. I'll fight. I want back, bro. I fought KSI 2 weeks' notice. I'll fight anyone, bro. I can't lie. I don't mind. But yeah, I think Salt Papi takes Anthony Taylor. What do you think?
I'm sitting on the fence for this one now.
Get up.
Oh no, man! I've said it already, haven't I? So
yeah.
It's a tricky one, man. It's a tricky one, man.
You know.
I gotta say, I was just about to say he seems calmer.
Calm.
And then he pulls out the Anthony Taylor that we all know.
He loves it.
Exactly. He has actually been quite quiet recently.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
He has been quiet. He has been quiet.
Let's come back to you, Swarmz, while we've got you here, and Deji. Deji's mind games, or are they mind games, or is he just a lot calmer? I spoke to him in an interview a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you saw it, but he went through his previous fights and he said, look, this fight I didn't really prepare for. This fight I didn't really take it seriously. This fight I wasn't really, giving it the respect that it was due.
I feel like
he's saying that's not the case.
Yeah, I feel like obviously Deji's had 4 fights in that. Previous fights he spoke a lot of smoke and then he's lost all of them. So I think he's just cautious now of what he says, innit? Like, he knows, bro, I'm telling you, he knows he's in for a fight, man. This ain't going to be no walk in the park. Obviously, people ain't seen a lot of me, but yeah, we'll see. May the 13th, watch.
The Ryan Taylor fight must have been quite frustrating for you on the night. I mean, great, we get the dub. That's brilliant. That's ultimately what we want. So you go home happy with that, I guess. But on the same time, you've not been able to showcase. You've not been able to deliver what you promised of a beatdown and everything else. That's frustrating at the time. Now, fast forward a few months, you're here. Maybe has that worked in your favour a little bit? Because Deji doesn't have. It's not like he's got 3 or 4 rounds to study. And he does this when he's under pressure. So he does this when you back him up.
I think the best thing about everything is that obviously because people ain't seen a lot of me, they don't know what to expect. Deji don't know what to expect. He can't really go on previous fights and watch any positives or negatives of me in it, but I can go and watch him. So that's where I've got the upper hand.
What happens for you fight week? Just before we let you go, I'm going to let you move on.
I've said it multiple times.
With regards to preparation now, I know the prediction, sorry, but with regards to training now, are you done? Are you tapered out? Or do you go and do a little bit of keep busy tonight, tomorrow?
I'm not going to lie to you. I've been on weight since, literally, I knew about the fight.
You're on weight now?
I've been on weight for a long time, innit?
No, that's really good.
Yeah.
Already. That's banging.
The way I think some people go down in weight, they're not used to it, innit? They feel weak. So obviously I wanted to feel normal, get my power, you know what I'm trying to say? Because obviously you lose a bit of power when you lose weight. I've come down a lot, so yeah, man.
That just shows you a good team behind you.
Yeah, I got a good team.
A banging team behind you, man. That is good, man.
100%.
Oh, I'm giving more gas for this fight now. Shit. What do you say, 3 rounds?
3 rounds, bro. 3
Oh,
rounds,
man,
bro.
hold on to your hats for that one. Swarmz, listen, thank you very much for joining us, brother. We'll see you again through fight week. Once again, Swarmz will come up face to face with Deji straight after his workout, but I want to bring in an old friend of ours who knows the game so well, Vidal Riley.
What are you saying?
Welcome to Misfits Boxing, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited for the weekend, actually. It's a good card, competitive fights, seeing the guys warm up in there. It's good. I'm excited.
Before we go into this fight and this fight and this fight, which fight is the one for you? Because the top 3 fights, I mean, forget about everything else for a moment, which we could pick over all day. The top 3 fights, they all have that thing that you want.
Yeah.
Which is the one that you want to see the most?
I want to see JJ KO Fournier. I feel like it's essential. He needs it.
Yeah.
He needs to win primarily, but I think a knockout is a big statement.
I think he will knock him out.
I think so. I think
That
that's
will
his.
happen.
I think that's his method of victory. I don't see a points win. I see JJ getting him in round 4 or 5. I think he'll catch him.
I had about 3 or 4 for me.
Yeah, because I know his condition is second to none. And his power, he can carry power. He doesn't lose power.
He's got that lights out power.
Yeah,
that one punch power.
And he holds it.
I
Some
felt
people
that.
have that. Some people have it round 1, 2, 3. Some people can carry it. JJ carries the force in his punches. So I'm excited to see that. But I am very excited for Salt Papi and AT. It's obviously 3 rounds. Not what we wanted, but it's still a very exciting fight. And of course, Deji and Swarmz, I think they got the best personalities on the show. They're going to talk the most and give the most. So it's exciting, man.
That's the narrative fight, isn't it? That's the one that's really got the storyline. Let's jump straight back onto that JJ fight then. You've said it'll be a big statement if he gets to win by a knockout. You know, that's what you want him to do. But I just want to sort of flip that for a moment. People are saying, well, we've not seen loads of KSI. Tempo was out there quick. Swarmz and Pineda were out there quick. How much of a test were they really? If JJ has to go to the trenches against someone who has the hardware to back up that record, what does that say about him as a fighter? If he's pushed back, really tested, really gets those shots that you carry to the next round and you still sort of feel it, but he digs deep and he gets through them, what does that say about him as a fighter then?
Well, we've seen him do it before. With Logan on 2 occasions. He was losing the first fight. Managed to pull the fight back to a draw. Some say that he won. Second fight, dogged it out, tough test. So I know it's in him. I just feel like it needs to come out today, like in recent time. We just want to see him be tested. So then the next challenges that come, we can have full confidence that he's going to tick them off. So I think this is the perfect opponent for him. Fournier got the credentials, he got the experience, he's been in there with world champions before. So for JJ to delete him, big statement. That's what I want from him. That's what I want.
You know exactly what it's like to have the spotlight on you and the cameras around you, and they want to ask you about this guy and that guy. And well, if you beat him, where'd you go next? And I know that you've got a fight coming up. There's narrative around that as well.
Of course.
How easy is it to just focus on the guy that is in front of you when you've got everyone going, yeah, but Jake Paul's over there, Tommy Fury's over there,
That's the thing,
Salt Papi wants this.
The way the world's set up nowadays, it's hard to stay tunnel vision. You know, you open your phone, open one app, you see everything. And I feel like sometimes we got to make a conscious effort to not go on there, to not worry about it. Like I always say, JJ, this is his thing. Misfits is his company.
Of course.
He's the boss. People shouldn't be calling you. People shouldn't be calling the boss. It should be a thing where you send out everyone to fight everyone else. Don't call for me.
Gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper. But
Right
that's no. But in the reality, that's how it should be. You know, I don't like when I see JJ giving too many of these guys his attention. He doesn't have to give them his attention. He doesn't. He has to focus on Fournier, focus on Jake, Tommy, whoever is really his future opponent list. Every new person that pops up and makes noise can't be a future opponent for him. Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, when would he stop?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a pretty long queue.
Yeah, it's a long queue. So people are getting a bit confident. JJ needs to just delete Fournier in good fashion and just shut up a few of the people that keep popping up and trying to challenge him.
I just want to move your attention because I'm aware that both guys are going to be up here very shortly. And I'll be honest with you, you could put me in front of them 100 times, and 99 times I would not be able to predict which way it's going to go when these two come face to face. Anthony Taylor's doing his workout at the moment.
Yeah.
Look who's on the front row watching.
Yep. So Papi's right there. He should be.
As he should be.
As he should be. Keeping a close eye.
What goes through each fighter's heads when they know, he's watching me, I need to watch him? This is not a workout in your own private gym.
No, I think that's the main thing to remember. This is not a workout in your own private gym. You've been working weeks on a game plan that you didn't want to disclose to your opponent. So to hop in there and start going through the strategies that you do behind closed doors wouldn't be advised. However...
But why wouldn't you? Because you watch tapes of fights and they study you. So
yes.
You must just put that out there now.
And exactly. So in a way, with Idris' opinion, you can watch me do what I'm doing. Can you stop it?
There we go. That's the thing.
Can you stop it? Yeah. So there's two views. You can go in there and continue doing what you're doing and then let the guy see it and say, look, you're going to have to stop this, or you can hide it. It depends on the opponent. I mix it up.
Is that a statement of intent? If you're, take for example Anthony Taylor. Look at that he's just thrown. That is carbon copy of what he tried to throw against you.
Exactly. And so Papi would just run around that.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But he's either unintentionally or otherwise, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He's saying to Salt Papi, I don't care that you're there.
No, but we know you don't care.
Yeah.
AT doesn't care. He's one of the people in the industry who don't care about who they're fighting. People are scared to fight him because he doesn't show fear for any opponent.
Do you think maybe the balance amongst the fan bases of both fighters and in the Misfits universe is maybe just tipping Salt Papi as the favourite? The more the fight week has gone on, I think more people have just... They've just, maybe we're getting into a bit of an MMA.
You might even see that on the night. You know, AT, he's unpredictable. He might go for a double leg when he gets under a bit of pressure.
Yeah. And he said something. When the two guys came face to face yesterday, and there was no big crowd there. There was no one to play up to. Yeah, there were some cameras, but they were sitting both right there. And he showed a little side that we don't see all that often, Anthony Taylor. He said, look, I grew up with nothing. I grew up having to fight. You know, me and my brothers, we had to do what we had to do. If Salt Papi's sticking it on him for 2 rounds, and that 3rd round comes around and Salt's going for the kill, like you say, that's when dog mode kicks in. Do you know? All of a sudden, it's a survival thing.
It's a sprint. 3 rounds is a sprint. Salt Papi, we've seen him operate very well at his own pace. This fight, I think we're going to have to see him stretch a bit further. Look at that.
Because when he fought Mean in the 2nd round, he was gassed out.
Yeah.
That's my only worry. I think if he comes out like a spinning train, he'll gas out, and Salt Papi will step back and counter him, and probably, I would say knock him out, but probably stop him. You just don't know.
I don't think Papi stops him. I think how I'm feeling right now, it's a points win. I think it's a points win for Papi. I don't think he's going to stop Pretty Boy Taylor.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm guilty of looking too far down the road. Maybe I'm that guy that we were just speaking about a moment ago.
Yeah.
But if it's a points victory, unless it's clear as day, knockdown in every round, blah, 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 you can bet your bottom dollar Anthony Taylor is going to contest it. The fact that it's 3 rounds, we're less likely to see that stoppage, maybe.
Only takes one punch.
Does that set up a future fight down the line for Taylor if we see Papi win on points? Let's go, do you know what? Run that back. Give me 6 rounds, 8, whatever.
If it's a close fight, if it's a 29-28 victory, which means 2-1, it leaves a big room for let's prep more, let's get the purses sorted out, let's do it over a full distance. If either any fighter gets knocked out or dominated, I don't think there will be a reason to run it back despite how short the rounds are.
Salt Papi is coming up. Idris, again, I'm going to ask you not to go too far because I'm going to pull you back in a moment. Vidal, when Salt and Anthony come face to face in a moment. What do you think is going to happen when they come face to face in a moment?
Pretty Boy ain't going to let him speak.
Well,
he's hopping out. Look, here he comes.
Here he comes.
He might even jump over the barrier.
He thought about it. He looked at it and he thought about it. Vidal, thank you very much for joining us.
Love. I'm excited. Thank you.
I'm going to take that from you. Look at that. We nearly messed that up on camera then, but we got away with it.
Oh shit! He looks like out of breath.
Please don't call me into action.
He looks like he's out of breath. Yeah, shit.
Out there.
Oh shit! He still got the abs, even though.
There you go. I love it.
It's coming out.
I love it.
It's coming out. Look. Nothing,
look at the range.
Oh shit!
See the range?
Oh shit! I'll be doing this to him. Yeah.
I love this chemistry between you two. I love this energy, but I'm also aware it switches off. On Saturday. So starting with yourself, we were speaking with Vidal Riley just a moment ago. Anthony Taylor was very much going through his workout like he didn't care what you saw. But you sat there front row and you watched it all. What did you learn from that?
I mean, he fights just the way he's shown in the ring like today. It doesn't really matter what he's gonna do. I'm gonna do what I do best. He do what he do best. We're gonna put on a show for the fans. They want to see this dream fight. That, like, you know, we never like really even imagine that's gonna happen. So,
do you learn anything when you see him in the ring there? Does anything new come from?
No, nothing
from
really new.
Him
It's the same. Anthony Taylor. He's gonna come to fight. I'm gonna fuck him up Saturday night. That's my plan. I'm gonna toy with him. I'm gonna embarrass him. He's gonna get beaten up by a TikToker. Let's go, TikTok dancer. I'm gonna be dancing on you, boy.
Love the energy.
Do you know what I gotta say? I had a producer saying turn Salt round a little bit, and I'm trying to just nudge him round, but the energy is like there's just a little creep forward. Anthony, what's happening today? What did you learn about Salt Papi?
I mean, I don't need to learn my opponents. I just focus on myself this fight. I got to execute what I'm planning to do. At the end of the day, he's going to do what he got to do. I'm going to do what I got to do. There's no game plan. I'm coming at him like Mike Tyson. Coming with wild shots, swinging, and he's going to fall.
Were you playing with us? Tell me honestly, when you started trying the little takedown moves with your coach in there, what happens in the ring on Saturday?
Well, ref gives me one warning, so I'm going to take my warning shot when I take him down. My bad, ref. I get my one warning, right? Okay, cool.
You get your yellow card, is that
I get my yellow card, I get my one warning. Hopefully, you know, his knees get a little buckle a little bit, you know, but it's okay. I'm going to get my one warning shot, and I'm okay with that.
I mean, whenever he tries to do a takedown, I'm going to go down the floor, and the referee will give me that -1.
I mean, at the end of the day, we come to fight, I come to win. And after I knock you out, I'm going to knock out Slim. After I knock out Slim, I'm going to go after Logan.
Come on, you have to go through me first. Start calling out motherfuckers.
I'm going to go through you like diarrhea.
I'm the real challenge, man.
You ain't the real. You easy work, Salt. You easy work.
You easy work. Then
I eat salt and burn through it quick.
Nah, you're gonna
I eat salt for dinner. I add salt to my coffee. It wakes me. I would never be a meme. Never. I am the guy.
You're too slow, man. You ain't got shit on me.
I'm too slow.
You're too slow, man. You cannot hit where you can't reach.
Hey, come on, baby. Hey, flow like a butterfly and sings like when I pee. Come on, baby. Come on, baby, it burns.
Let's see what
It
you got
burns.
tonight, baby.
Hey, I'm coming to
Let's see
get
what you
you.
got. Let's see what you
I'm
got.
gonna rough you up.
Let's see what you
I'm
got.
gonna bust you up.
I like tough guys like this guy.
Hey, Manny Pacquiao gonna feel that smoke.
I'm gonna punish you.
Manny Pacquiao's gonna want to fight me after I whoop you.
You see.
Hey, I was already punished as a kid. You ain't no punishment can stop me.
I ain't no Ashley Roxo, Jack Fincham. I'm a different. This guy ain't no.
I want all that smoke.
Yeah, I want you smoke.
I want you.
all the smoke.
You better hit. You better. You gonna freak out when you hit his power.
You got pillow hands. Ain't no knock out nobodies.
You got pillow hands.
You're not gonna hurt me.
And Holler Ham don't count.
Yeah, you're not gonna hurt me.
Holler Ham don't count.
I may have fought like trash cans, bumps in the past, but my boxing skills, ability clearly shows, and there's something you can hide.
Hey, like Mike Tyson says, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yes, sir.
And that's the plan.
I agree with that.
I'm coming with all that.
Let's get it. Let's
all
get
that
it.
energy.
Let's
Big
get it.
dick energy.
All he does is talk, but at the end of the day, he always loses.
I like that one. I like that one.
Beginning to scare me, fellas.
I did not this shit. I'm gonna go home, relax, go eat whatever, and yeah.
Hey, look, y'all hear that? He's supposed to be like Manny Pacquiao. He's different. I'm in Manny Marquez in first round. Bow. Oh, you go. Oh my God.
If you're gonna go casino, don't bet on this guy because you're gonna lose.
Put your money on Salt. Bet your money then. Bet your money. I'm gonna take it. Go to stake. Bet your money on this guy. This guy's not Manny Pacquiao. It's Manny Fat Yao.
Yeah, good one. Good.
I'm going to need to take a breath here, boys. Listen, I'm not going to ask for a handshake this time because I think that we've just gone up another level.
No, it's all good,
and it's going to happen again tomorrow, and it's going to happen at the weigh-in.
I mean, it's nothing personal, really. This is just business. Like,
it's personal. I'm horny. I'm real horny. I want to get in that ring.
Paid.
I'm ready to hug. I'm ready to hug. I'm really horny for this fight. Ain't nothing gonna stop these hormones. I haven't had sex in 4 months. I'm sexually frustrated for that Filipino.
Yeah, we go Philippines.
Hey, we go to Philippines after this. Angeles City. Shout out to my boy Evan for a good time out there in Angeles City.
Fellas, I'm going to ask that Anthony goes this way and Salt goes this way because you go down on Saturday night. We can wait until Saturday night, but boys, I want to thank you both. You both look great. He's not breaking eye contact with me there. We got it all. Boys, I appreciate both of you.
That's the sexiness. Slim, I'm coming after you next, Slim.
And as we look straight over, any moment, Deji and Swarmz are going to take to the ring. It's the media workout. It's not quite Saturday night just yet, but we find out both Salt Papi and Anthony Taylor, Deji and Swarmz, and of course KSI, Joe Fournier. What energy has just happened there between Salt Papi and Anthony Taylor. I've got to tell you, a lot of people know Salt Papi is the nice guy. Can I just tell you, I don't know if you can see the markings on the floor. Salt was edging closer. The producer was saying turn him to the camera. He was having none of it. He was stepping forward, and Anthony Taylor is the guy that doesn't back off. Deji steps in the ring right now. Damn it, Idris. Where were you when I needed you? Salt Papi and Anthony Taylor happened. Salt Papi said something.
Oh, wow.
We'll come back to it because Deji's just stepped into the ring with his coach Daly, and they just ooze calmness.
See, Daly just gave me a bad look right there because I kind of called him out, didn't I?
I know you did. I know you did.
And that Leon as well. Shit.
Let's talk about that for a moment. We're just playing, right?
Yeah.
Right? El Brook's back. Do we have a mic for El? We do.
We want the middle.
No, you're the main character.
No, that's fine. Go in the middle.
No. You're
Go on, go for it. Oh, is it?
You're looking at. Oh, who's this at the moment?
So we have Deji and Swarmz.
Is that Deji?
Stepping in. That's Deji in there right now.
See, so Daly's going to get some ropes.
And Daly's looking at Daly's pointing at you, Idris.
I love you first, and then I'll have Martin after, and then I'll have Leon. After.
You want Deji?
Oh, no, not Deji. Daly.
Oh, Daly. Oh, that'd be a good fight.
Where controversy goes, Idris Virgo is always seemingly there.
All right, listen, I just want to smoke. I want to fight, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think everyone's ducking you.
Exactly, especially Daly as well. As a coach, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And
Practice what you preach.
Martin, you referenced is Martin Fournier, of course, trains with Daly and with.
Yeah, no
with
clout
Deji in that
Martin, that's
gym.
what I call him. No clout Martin. No clout at all. So he wants my clout. Because forget all that, you know what I mean? I'm the kingpin out here.
Is that a fight we see further down the line? Martin Fournier just
No, I'm not
interest?
fighting him as a pro.
Would
What's
you
the
ever
fight?
rematch AT?
Yes, lower weight, 168, I'll fight 80. Yeah,
Who was
that'd be the
heavier? You?
fight. We're
Him?
both was heavy, yeah.
Oh, you was
We're
both-
175.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Good
You
fight.
look quite ripped for that fight.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you did. Do you
Especially
reckon
when I
you
cut
could go
down a
lower
bit
than
more.
that?
Yeah, I'll get it to middleweight. I look more ripped.
Yeah.
Let's speak about who we've got in the ring at the moment, Deji. There's always been this question mark because of the losses that came earlier in his fight career. He seemingly put that right against Fuzi. Some people still trying to bring that up and say, well, it was only Fuzi, but now it's Swarmz who, listen, is a man transformed.
Yeah.
Deji gets this win on Saturday. Just how big is it for him?
The thing is, Deji has to get this win. If he
think?
doesn't get this win, where does Deji go after that?
Yeah.
That's the question as well.
I still think there'll be a lot of people who want that fight, but he won't see it like that. You're right.
Yeah. Do you work with Deji as well?
No.
You don't spar him?
No, I don't spar him, no.
You're in a different.
But he has improving. He has improved. I'll give him that. The fight against Mayweather was a decent cowboy. Like, it was quite decent. But
Yeah.
fighting Swarmz, the pressure what he's got is can he do it quicker than his brother?
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Do you reckon he's always got that pressure with
Yeah.
being KSI's brother? Like
Yeah.
he's kind of, the shadow of him.
I
He looks
noticed.
sharp.
I noticed that there were a couple of cameras just facing the other way, which doesn't usually happen when Deji's in the ring.
Okay.
I wanted to see what they were looking at, and they were looking at Swarmz. Who look at that focus. He's
Yeah.
not breaking it. Although he did, then he saw us,
Yeah.
but it wasn't broken until he saw us pointing at him. Is he studying every little movement? Do you think?
And he had such a good fight last time. You want to keep up that momentum. This wasn't it with a jab, and then Ryan
Yeah.
Taylor was like, no,
No more.
no.
I don't know
Don't
more
want to be
smoke.
jabbed by him.
Yeah,
Hell no.
no more. So that shows that Swarmz has got the power. But can Deji take the power from Swarmz?
Yeah.
What's Deji got to do to beat Swarmz?
Box. It's got to be box. Don't make it scrappy and counter, and then you'll beat Swarmz.
He's got the experience on Swarmz.
Yeah.
He's got he's been under that pressure more times. And I'm not talking about the pressure of someone coming towards you, because we all do that in the gym. I mean, with the huge crowd and the cameras and the lights and everything else.
Yeah.
Is it that he's got a channel, do you think? I mean, El, most recently you were back out there. What's it like? All the cameras are on you. You can't. How do you shut it all out? Are you
Yeah.
even aware when the bombs are flying and you're being punched and you're throwing back? Are you
Yeah.
aware that lights are there, people are cheering? Can you hear them?
I think when you're in the changing room, yes. Just before you walk out, oh my God, I don't know, you've had way more fights than me, but if you ever thought, I do not want to do this, why have I ever done this? Like, do you start questioning yourself?
Sometimes.
And the nerves are there, like in the changing room, but I think as soon as you walk in, the crowd is there, like, and when that bell goes off, this person's trying to kill you. They're trying to knock you out. They're not trying to be nice to you. Things switch and you turn into survival mode. So I think up until when you step into that ring and the bell goes, of course you're going to be feeling it. Or maybe you have some false confidence, and when the bell goes, you think, actually, I've bitten off more than I can chew here. So it could go either way.
How serious is Deji taking this fight? That's the question as well.
Well, in the gym with him a couple of weeks ago, I asked him that very same question. And I asked him that because, not because I wanted to sort of make him feel that question needed to be answered, but he brought it up. He said, well, I thought Jake Paul didn't really take it seriously. Then I thought Vinny didn't really take it seriously.
Yeah.
Then I thought Floyd Mayweather. Then I thought, and he kept saying I just didn't take that fight too seriously. I didn't fight. So the natural question is, have you taken this one seriously?
Yeah.
And the reason I think he has, I mean, obviously he's going to say that he has, but the reason that I genuinely believe it is look at his demeanour in interviews, look at his social media presence. There's not a lot to go on. People are criticising him for it. Oh, you're not promoting, you're not selling. I genuinely believe that's because he's locked in.
Yeah.
So why didn't he say Mayweather fight seriously then? I don't get it. Why would you just not take that serious, but take this fight
With
serious?
the greatest of respect to Deji. I love Deji. He's a great guy. We get on really well.
Yeah.
If you're stepping in the ring against Floyd Mayweather, you're not expected to win. You're going there as an overall experience. It's not going to count on your record. If you win, you're not going to get the rematch. It's not. Do you know what I mean? Just
It's an
go and
exhibition,
experience it. Exactly. Learn from the occasion. I don't think he was expecting Floyd to stick it on him in the way that he did, but at the same time, make no mistake, he landed back, gave him the black eye, etc.
And it wasn't until the last minute that the gloves got changed to 10 ounce, right?
Exactly.
Literally hours before the fight. So if you're preparing for it to be like a glorified spar and bigger gloves, it's not until that moment, you know, hours before the fight, it gets changed that you're like, maybe I should have taken it more seriously. But I think Mayweather also, in these exhibitions, never tries and knocks out his opponents anyway.
Yeah.
So maybe, you know, you have less of a threat going into there. Like, it's more of an experience, as you said.
But don't you think people on social media, when they do go quiet for a fight, they're more afraid or more scared than if someone screaming loud? I do think, if I know my opponent's gone quiet, he's not ready for the fight. He's scared. He doesn't want to say anything what's going to backtrack with him later on.
It's maybe a bit different with the crossover scene. Do you know, like we're not talking about pro boxers here who, you know, it's not in their interest to start calling you this and that, and I'm going for this guy next and that guy next, which someone like an Anthony Taylor is going to do over and over and over again. You know, he's fought Floyd Mayweather, who is a name that generates, you know, you go and ask anybody in any gym in the world, they know who Floyd Mayweather is. So he's taken that fight seriously. He's knocked out Fousey in his Misfits fight.
Yeah.
So now he's coming in, and I don't know, Swarmz is a hard one to read because we've not seen anything from him. So, okay, it's a bit frustrating for the fans who don't get to see all this trash talk back and forth. But is he saying, do you know what? I just need to lock down and focus on me. Yeah. I'm not getting involved in any beef. You know, I can respond to your diss track when it comes out in fight week, but you're not really a guy who's throwing out loads of boxing promo videos either. So I'm not going to try and fight you on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram. I'm just going to do my thing. And then we get here in fight week, and he's deadpan. You know, I'm asking him loads of times, what's going to happen, what's going to happen? Look, watch the digital face-off. He sits there in his kitchen, says barely 10 words.
Well, against Fousey, was it exactly the same then? Was he locked in as is for the Swarmz fight?
No. He was a bit more aggressive in that build-up. He was more, not aggressive in the sense that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Just playful.
And I thought that was a good performance. Against him.
Say again?
I thought that was a good performance.
Against Fousey,
yeah,
that's
what I mean.
Got his man out there, did what he had to do. But look at the fast twitch energy of Swarmz.
Yeah, no, and I think this is an exciting fight because obviously Swarmz has already lost against KSI. And he's like, okay, I'll take the brother. And there's a bit of redemption there, perhaps.
Is it a tale of two redemption arcs? Does one overlap the other one?
Exactly.
Now, this fight will be interesting. It will be interesting.
You know what? I think there's other fights on the card that I've probably overlooked this one, and seeing them both work out, I'm thinking, actually, I'm gassed for this one. This one could go either way, I think.
Yeah.
But Deji has the experience. We'll see.
Look at the twitchiness of Swarmz in both his legs and his hands. He's coming fast. He's definitely got the cardio to last it.
Yeah, but he's going the wrong way. He's going to the right. He's going to go into his punch. Into
Southpaw.
yeah. He's going to go straight into that punch.
Yeah.
He needs to go more to the left.
Maybe it's deceiving.
Yeah.
With a corner like H Boxing, who we can see there on the corner there, and Adam Booth, surely that's a stone that's been covered. Is that something that...
You never know, man. Look at, what's his name? Joe Joyce. Read that. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was a disaster. He should have been prepared for that, but he wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
For those who maybe didn't catch the Joe Joyce fight, heavyweight, known as the Juggernaut, famed for taking his licks and in every single fight, seemingly being unfazed, coming back and delivering and ending the show early. Went up against Olympic medalist Zhile Zhang, who was himself bouncing off the back of a big defeat against Filip Hrgovic. And it seemed one step too far.
Yeah, his eye just couldn't take anymore.
Yeah.
You said that way better than me. Well done.
Yeah. You're the boxer.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
This boy's unfazed there. You look at
He's
Swarmz.
100% locked in. He's locked in and ready for this fight.
Yeah. Who's more of the puncher between the two? They look quite similar in their build.
What we've seen is Deji out cold Fousey. We've seen him turn him off.
Yeah.
So we know that if he gets the opportunity, he can deliver that. Will he get the opportunity?
How did KSI stop Swarmz again?
Knocked him out, no? Was it a stoppage? Was it a TKO or was it knockout? Swarmz.
Against Ryan Taylor?
No, against
KSI.
Oh, against KSI, it was waved off.
Waved off.
I've got to say, we've got boxing royalty coming in. Idris, I'm sorry, I'm going to say to you again, don't go too far. We're going to keep pulling you back in.
Yeah, no worries.
Because...
Am I staying in?
You stay in now.
Okay. I stay in.
The man coming, stepping over, former cruiserweight and heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
Good friend of Misfits Boxing. Good afternoon. Mr. David Hay, how you doing?
I'm not bad. I'm looking forward to this.
Good.
This is some event. All the cameras are out. KSI was here before. Let's start at the top of the card and work our way down. These are two guys that you know very well.
Yeah.
I've got to know Joe. I've got to say, I've got to know Joe quite well myself. I was over in Miami. He's putting that work in. David, give us your opinion on the KSI Joe Fournier fight.
I think it's a great fight. You've got Joe Fournier, who is 40. He's been there, seen it, done it. He hasn't been that active. He had an exhibition with me a year and a half ago. But prior to that, you know, he's not in the fighting condition, as you would say KSI has been in, because he's been fighting regular, he's been in the gym regular. So he's got that on his side. He's got the youth on his side. He's got the power, but the boxing ability, the experience, the person who sparred open rounds with James DeGale and Chris Eubank Jr. is Joe Fournier. So he's got that real boxing experience behind him. And I think that goes a long way. I think that supersedes a younger man with lots of energy and lots of motivation. He's got all of the pressure on him to win this fight. You know, we saw what happened with Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. Everyone's assumed Jake Paul was going to win, but it doesn't work out like that in boxing. You know, all those years of experience that Tommy Fury had was able to negate Paul's attacks, and there was a big upset. I think there's going to be a big upset on this card.
In fairness, I know that you clearly had the experience over Joe Fournier, but with that being said, you'll be able to assess him when you're in the ring with him. You will have been able to see what he does well, maybe, you know, where's the weaknesses. What was his trap-laying ability like? Because he will have tried to lay things down. Maybe you don't walk into them.
Yeah, it's hard to judge against me. I'm two-weight world champion. I'm used to fighting guys who.
But you can appreciate he's trying to do this.
I could see him trying things. I could feel him coming in. He was landing a few shots. No, I don't think KSI would have done as well as Joe Fournier did on the night. But you know, just because one person doesn't do well against someone else doesn't
Triangle
mean
theories don't work.
It doesn't work like that. I think it's going to come down to who wants it the most. I think it's going to, the first couple of rounds will be very explosive, maybe a flash knockdown or two, and I think it's going to come down to who's willing to go into the uncomfort zone and stay in there. Because it's been a while since both fighters have been in that uncomfort zone. Has KSI been in that uncomfort zone yet? In the ring, no. You know,
certainly not for a while. You're going back to Logan Paul days, really.
Exactly. It's a long time ago, and it was Logan Paul. What boxing history has Logan Paul had? So it's, you know, it's starting to get. This is when we really find out whether KSI has what it takes to move forward in this boxing game. Fighting a legitimate boxer who's coming to win, who's had plenty of notice, who's in shape. I was out in Miami with him a week ago. He's sparring. He's doing all his training. He's living a life. He's got a nutritionist. He's got, you know, strength and conditioning coach. He's thrown a lot of money at this training camp to make sure the best version of himself turns up on fight night. And, you know, he's got that experience. So it's going to be very, very interesting.
I've got to ask you, as not just a former pro boxer, but someone who reached and hit the heights that you did, who is very well positioned to comment. He's very well positioned to comment on the sport. Which would be more impressive for KSI from you? If we go with the narrative for a moment that KSI takes the win on Saturday, would it be more impressive if he goes in there similar to Temper, knocks him out within a round, demolition job, in and out? Or is it more impressive to go the distance, to dig deep, show that he's got that in his arsenal? Because if he comes up against a Jake Paul or a Tommy Fury, maybe he has to show that. Which is more impressive of the two styles?
Any win of any description for KSI against Joe Fournier is massive. That's all he needs to focus on, is just winning. If he can have his hand raised at the end of it, that's a massive, massive leap forward in his career. That shows the world that he is very, very serious, and that he's so focused and so. Definitely not. Definitely not. So I'm 41, 42 this year. No, thanks. I do appreciate the offer, genuinely, but I have to respectfully decline, sir.
David, I'm sure this is a regular occurrence.
Yeah,
Fighters coming asking you just for one last dance.
I was trying to ignore it.
If there's one piece of advice I could give you, is never try and ignore Anthony Taylor, because he just gets louder.
I got that vibe.
When you're KSI on fight night, when you're sitting there with your hands over the chair, they're getting wrapped, and all of a sudden all this is finished. You know, there's no more cameras, there's no more how'd you feel, there's no more I'm going to do this and that. The reality's there. You were there when you had your hands. What goes through your head when you think, this is the biggest challenge I've ever set up against? Here we go. It's happening. It's real.
What goes through your mind is the work that you have done or haven't done. If you've cut corners in training, if you haven't really been getting your sleep, if you've been cheating on yourself, then that's when it comes to the fruition that, okay, I'm going to have to potentially have a hard night here, or I'm not the best version of myself, in which case you've got to worry, because the boxing ring's the last place you want to be left wanting because you haven't amply prepared.
David, thank you very much for joining us. I know you're a busy man. El, I'm going to ask you to stay both close. We're going to bring Deji and Swarmz. I mean, this is another fight to watch in, but I'm going to bring Deji in. David, could I pass him yours? David, thank you very much for joining us. Former cruiserweight and heavyweight world champion David Hayes in the house tonight. El Brook, thank you. I'm going to steal this from you as well, if you don't mind. As to my left, thank you, El. We have his opponent there. He's holding his bag as well. I mean, fair play. Just man of many, just bringing it all with you, I should say. Deji, Swarmz, thank you both very much for joining us. Boys, it's here. It's real now. Deji, I'll let your team take that bag from you. Now you're standing face to face from one another. I think you may have briefly crossed paths in the hotel yesterday, but now it's face to face time. How do you feel when you see Swarmz?
Yeah.
Swarmz, he's not giving you anything at the moment, but is that a mind game, or is he genuinely just not bothered by it?
I don't know what it is. Deji, you know, for a fight, so made a 13th minute, man. It's a thing that I'm just done with the talking stuff now. Like, straight action, simple as.
Talk to me a little bit about the diss track and the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Is that designed to get under Deji's skin or in his head?
Man.
And if so, did it? Do you think?
I don't know if it did, but the diss track, that's a part of that's my character. I do diss tracks to everyone.
Of course you do.
It's just my thing, innit, and it helps me, innit, with my fights. Simple as.
Deji, there's not a great deal of footage for you to go off. Have you been able to pick anything out about Swarmz, maybe that you've been able to work on in the gym with your coach?
I mean, you'll see May 13th. Saturday.
Which is this Saturday. Did you learn anything in the ring there?
I didn't watch him.
I saw Swarmz watching you. Were you aware he was watching you?
No.
Did you learn anything?
No, not really. May 13th though, innit? Simple as.
You're making me work here, boys. You're making me work. When you watched him, when you saw him in there, you knew what he was doing. You know what he's about.
Yeah.
Do you think he was maybe not giving you a great deal because you looked so calm? Your whole team did. You'd done this before, but were you able to pick out and think, I know that, I didn't know that, that's where I'm going to get in?
No, to be fair, when I fight people, I don't watch what they do, innit? I just watch what I do. Simple as.
Joe Fournier has just jumped in the ring behind me, so we're going to cut to that in just a moment. We're going to do, I think, a face-to-face later on, but just while we're here at the workout, I don't know the state of play between you two at the moment. Do we get a handshake? Of course we do. We're all friends.
Yeah.
Deji, Swarmz, I'm going to let you get back to the hotels and get this out of your system. We will speak again later. Thank you both very much for joining us. Cheers, boys. Thank you. Cheers. Deji and Swarmz, they're neither up for much talking. We knew that was going to come. That's been the tale of the tape through this fight campaign. But speaking of tales of the tape, the man in the ring right now, Joe Fournier, our old friend. We're going to look forward to speaking to Joe Fournier in just a moment. He looks so calm. He looks calm as you like. Mams Taylor, of course, giving him the handshake. They're all friends now. Are they going to be friends come Saturday night? We'll find out. Joe Fournier takes on KSI live on DAZN PPV this Saturday night, live from the OVO Arena in Wembley. The biggest test in crossover boxing, some may say, this year. top of a huge card.
How are you, mate?
Good, you?
I was feeling like a red-headed stepchild, but you saved the best for last.
I saved the best. I saw you come in before, and I was trying to get the producer. Bring him over. Bring him over. Mams Taylor, thank you very much for joining us.
You didn't recognise me with my new shaved head.
I saw you. I seen you. You had that in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, I did actually.
I seen you shake hands with Joe Fournier a moment ago. I want to catch up with you, but let's get straight to business while it's on in front of us. You shook hands with Joe. There's a good relationship there. You've said it a few times and on the Twitter space the other week. You guys have a good relationship. However, the closer it gets, you have to shut that off.
I did. I mean, look, we're going to be civil, but I've just spent the last hour pretty much not slagging him off personally, but saying that KSI is gonna best him and gonna give him a rude awakening.
If you look at KSI's opponents, since even including Logan Paul, you know, there was a lot of energy from both sides. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Then when Dylan Dennis comes along and even Swarmz to an extent when he was brought in as a late replacement, there was the aggression, there was the coming forward. Joe Fournier has taken this completely differently. He's been quick. He's been silver-tongued. Even, I'll be honest, KSI said it himself a few moments ago when he was up here. He said, I'll give him that. He's a great talker.
Great talker.
He's unfazed by this. Now, yes, he's been in big fights, and yes, he's had the belt, and yes, he's been tested, but he's never been in a fight the size of this one, and he's still going around. Look at this guy. He is the calmest man in the room. I've got to say, I've got a big respect for his coaching team. They're good guys, but he's so calm.
I said to Joe about 2 weeks ago, I said, bro, the phone calls, they stop now. We're not talking anymore. You are now the enemy. Until the bell rings, and I said to him, and JJ's hands are raised, after that, we're back to being mates again, no problem. But for now, the enemy lines have been drawn. I mean, that's just the way it is, you know?
That's the business end of the game, we've got to say it. But the question that we've been asking a few people today, and Mams, I want to hear your take on this, because it's probably the most interesting of everyone's. We've heard some of the fighters give their opinions. We've heard David Hay, former world heavyweight and cruiserweight champion, give his opinion. But I'm going to ask you the same question. Let's go with the narrative that KSI gets the win on Saturday. Which to you is more impressive? A first round similar to Temper, demolition, in, out, good night? Or a fight that goes the distance, he shows mettle, he shows heart, he goes through the trenches, and he gets the job done? Which is more impressive? Which is bigger?
I can't answer that from an objective place. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of fans saying they want to see it go into the deeper rounds to see what JJ's made of. I want it to be over quickly. I want JJ to be standing there winning, to save myself the nerves and also not lose the remaining hairs that I have on my head.
I've got to say, Joe Fournier, as he goes through his paces there, listen, I know this is by far from the most intense workout you're ever going to see. He just doesn't seem phased in the slightest.
He's very relaxed, which makes him dangerous, you know, like he's trained. Look, all of this, I'm at the club, I'm chilling, I'm not doing any training, I'm not sparring. That's all nonsense. I can tell you that. I've kept tabs on it. The guy's been training and sparring. You don't lose that much weight and get ready for a fight. He's in fight shape now by not working hard and going out clubbing. So, you know, for the gram, he'll do what he does, but at the end of the day, the kid's been putting in the work, and come Saturday, I think it's going to be a lot of excitement and nerves for me.
What I would say as well is his coach Dino there, he simply would not have anybody in his gym. Don't care what your name is. If you're going to be that guy that's a partier, because what it does is if you're a boxer of any level, but especially one that's headlining such a huge card, such a huge fight, if you're not going to live the life, if you're not going to take things seriously, you set an example to all the other fighters in that gym. There's no way Dino's letting that happen. Fifth Street Gym in Miami is a serious gym.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So it's going to be, look, I think we have here a guy who knows how to defend. How are you, man? He knows how to defend himself well, counters really well. He's a tough night for anyone. He's been in the ring with some greats. He's been in the ring with some champions. He's sparred sparred with some really, really tough guys. So this is JJ's biggest test. Let's see what happens come Saturday. I'm confident. He's prepared. He's prepared. He's been living the life of a pro boxer for the last how many months now, you know, and yeah, we'll find out.
Mums, I'm going to say don't go far because I want to bring you back in. Joe's on his way up here now, so
let's take Joe over here, and I will speak to you later. All right?
Thank you very much, my man, Mums Taylor. Joe Fournier is on his way up now. Any moment. How are you, Pally? Okay. Joe Fournier, thank you very much for joining us. Welcome back to the UK. I think it's actually the first time I've seen you in the UK. Oh, no, after the press conference. Yeah. It's more in Miami, living the life.
I know. I won't tell him what you've been doing out in Miami.
Can we cut this? Joe, seriously, it's business time. You still don't seem phased. You're the same guy. You're that guy. Smirking, smiling, happy.
I'm relaxed. At the end of the day, like I said, I've already won at life. I only figured out before I came here that in 2016, I weighed 181 at the O2 Arena when I fought Bella Juhasz. 7 years ago. It was in May 2016, I won. And now I'm weighing 180 on Saturday, 7 years on. I started boxing for my own mental health and my physical health. So I've already won before I even got here. So I'm just enjoying the experience. I'm here to do my job, which is knock out your boss and and enjoy it and inspire people.
I want to talk to you about, I mean, you come over here and you're saying your mindset's this and you're in that place. KSI was up here on this stage 20 minutes, half an hour ago, and he said, I'm coming for him. He's not ready. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. He did give you some praise. He said, you've got the quickest tongue. I can't keep up with him. So you've obviously done something right.
Yeah.
But he says, I'm coming for him. He's not going to withstand this. And he was checking. We have a screen down here where we can see what's going on. He's checking his shape out. He's giving it this. He's looking phenomenal. Is there any cause for concern your side?
No. But he's going to do what he needs to do. I think that's what's going to get him knocked out. I think that aggression. Look at Ryan Garcia. Look how he got knocked out because he was too aggressive. Yeah. I think one thing about, I think two things. Number one, I think he's afraid, which is why he's trying to be so confident and cocksure. You know, The Art of War. I don't know if you've read that book, but when you're
in bits,
when you're weak, you got to show strength, and that's where I think he's at. I think the second part to it is that inexperience of trying to knock me out is what's going to get him knocked out. Because if you look at my record, if you look at my experience, you look at the people I've been in the ring with, they haven't managed to do it. And if you try and do that too soon, well, you're going to run into something. And I also have knocked everyone out I've fought, and a lot of them have been professional boxers with much better records than KSI. So I've told you in Miami, I'm willing to take one to land one. So,
which I still think is a risky strategy. But
yeah.
I can say,
and then if you hold this, and I'm 40 years old.
I gotta say,
imagine me at 29.
I gotta say, we had your friend up here a moment ago, David Hay, and he said, look, when I boxed Joe, he said, listen, I'm the former heavyweight cruiserweight champion of the world. He said, but I could appreciate Joe was trying to lay traps. He was trying to set traps. Now I knew to avoid those. I knew how to work around those. He goes, I don't know if KSI is going to know that. You're going to be setting these little things out for him to walk into for you to end the show.
And he's very one-dimensional. All he does is rush at you and try and land his overhand right. But I mean, that's like 101 in boxing. When you start white-collar boxing, is that builder or that former Marine, he tries to land the overhand right and end the fight and rushes you for 3 rounds. That's how I grew up. That's where I started. So I'd like to see how he, we know the right hand's coming.
Yeah.
Right? Then we know the left's going to come after because he's off balance, so he has to throw the left. We know these things. But what does he know about me?
He didn't disclose.
I tell you what he doesn't know is that I was going to train hard for this fight and be ready like this.
Stop the press. You've not just been training at 60%.
I've been training for real. I'm coming for blood, baby.
Talk to me a little bit about, we had Mams up here a moment ago, and Mams was saying, listen, don't believe any of this. I'm going out partying all the time. And the thing that I read was, I don't think your gym, which is a very respected gym, Dino, great coach, I don't think he would allow a fighter such as yourself, who's setting an example to those around him. You're not allowed in the gym if you're going out partying until 4 in the morning and rocking up at 10.
Nah, there was 6 weeks where we trained twice a day, every single day. I wouldn't have made this weight. I wouldn't be in this shape. This doesn't just wake up in the morning, you're just ripped and strong and big, you know. So, I put in the rounds. We've done over 100 rounds of sparring for this fight. We took it really seriously because, listen, like I've said this to someone earlier on today, I said, either he's totally delusional and he has no clue what he's doing, or I'm totally delusional. Because we both really feel like it's going to be an easy fight. We're both going to win. So either way, it's one-sided. Someone went, I'll put 200 grand on you to win. Should I put $1 million? I'm like, I don't know if you should put 10 million or put nothing. I have no idea. What I do know is I think I'm knocking him out in the first round, and that's what I would bet on.
The final question before I let you go, Joe. Have you logged out of my Twitter? Because
I saw your DMs. You're a naughty boy. I'm not gonna lie, Chris. In case any shady things go out, I got a little bit of I got a few things. I got a few things on you. Don't worry. If I get another flyer, make me look 65 again.
Listen, Joe, it's been a real pleasure working with you. Buddy. All the very best for Saturday.
You notice how quickly that ended the interview.
We gotta go. Listen, we look forward to it. We look forward to everything through Fight Week. But Saturday night, we find out. I've said that a few times now.
Yeah, we find out,
if
and may the best man win.
He's delusional. The best man wins. We find out. Joe Fournier.
Yeah. Thanks. Can't wait to be a boss.
Remember that pay rise? Let's come back to that. Joe Fournier, thank you very much for joining us. It goes down on Saturday, live on DAZN pay-per-view. Joe Fournier versus KSI. The toughest test in crossover boxing this year. The former WBA international light heavyweight champion. He finds out with KSI, simple as that. He finds out. He puts the test up. I think we're done with the workout. All the fighters have been and gone. We've heard from Idris Virgo. We've heard from El Brook, Dean the Great, B. Dave. Thank you everyone for joining us. This has been the media workout. It's time to wrap things up here. Tune in. DAZN pay-per-view. Saturday night. Do not miss it. OVO Arena, Wembley. KSI, Joe Fournier. Deji takes on Swarmz. Anthony Taylor, Salt Papi. Virus, DK Money. The two girls fights. Lil Belzy against Kimchi. And Paige Keiki against Tennessee Thresh. There's beef throughout the card. Don't miss it. It's happening. DAZN pay-per-view this Saturday. We'll see you there.
KSI returns for X Series 007 live on DAZN pay-per-view. 2 unbroken records ready to be shattered.
I want to have a scrap with the guy.
2 unbreakable mindsets set to collide in the ring.
Knock him out clean.
Fists will fly like sharks. Will break. X Series 007. They have a license to thrill, but only one will be broken. May 13th, live only on DAZN pay-per-view. Sign up at DAZN.com.